rub this when I come up with the crop. Gotta love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the club spot. Get the club to pop when I come up with the club spot. Get the club to pop when I come up with the club spot. Get the club to pop when I come up with the club spot. Get the club to pop when I come up with everybody. We do it. Everybody. We do it.
The coolest reptile podcast in the world. I'm your boy MJ. What is good? I am so ready to rock for this Thursday night. I feel like I missed you guys, even though I've been coming out with heat. I feel like I'm back. What's good, baby? Look at all my early birds in the building. What is happening? Shout out to everyone who's tuning in for the first time, and then shout out to the return trappers. You guys are amazing. Before we get started, you guys know what the real deal is for that freshest and bestest rodent delivered to your doorstep. That's coldbloodedcafe.com. $30 flat rate shipping, freshest and bestest, professionally packed to your doorstep. Shout out to Desiree, shout out to Steven, shout out to the whole Cold Blooded Cafe team, Brock, Alex. Man, you guys are all real ones. I got to hang out with that whole team over at Schaumburg at the NARBC. Man, what a time that was. A lot of you were missed, I'll tell you that much. But man, thank you so much, Desiree, Steven, for that experience, taking care of me and the homie Matt. We'll be back in October. Shout out to Steven and Ashley over at Focus Cube Habitats. Future of enclosures are now here. PVC built enclosures, super sturdy, super durable, very easy to move. I'm telling you right now, go see what they're all about and get your hands on a Focus Cube Habitat. You can thank me later. And then shout out to everyone who's been fucking with Freedom Breeder, man. The original Freedom Breeder stainless steel rack is the best when it comes to wanting to breed snakes, in my opinion, okay? I know I'm not the only one who feels this way, but I'm telling you right now, these guys are the originators, and they've been around for a long time now. And shout out to Jesse, shout out to the whole Freedom Breeder crew, shout out to even Brian Kusco, the guest tonight. I see him as a part of that family as well. And yeah, shout out to, like I said, Freedom Breeder. You got a Freedom Breeder rack, pat yourself on the back. You know where it's at for sure. Let's see. Sim Containers. Shout out to John and Alex over at Sim Containers. Man, are your guys' eggs coming? I know I got eggs coming. I am super stoked. So my Sim Containers are all ready to rock and roll. I'm not going to lie. I probably had my Sim Containers ready for like the last 2 months. No eggs. But like I said, they're coming, baby. Woo! I got like 7 clutches all coming at once. Not a big deal to some, big deal to others, big deal to me. I think that's fucking awesome. But day by day, here they come. So just be ready. Shout out to US Ark. Please don't forget the fight for US Ark never stops. Shout out to NARBC for raising over $55,000 at the last US Ark at the Schaumburg show. Shout out to Desiree and Steven for spending almost 2 racks on a saber. Yeah, that's right, a saber. Star Wars saber. Yeah, they came up on that. Movie production quality saber. I'm not gonna release the video here because it's coming out tomorrow on a different channel. So just be ready for that. But all I gotta say is they bought a saber, and Alex is very happy. Shout out to Miguel Garcia, always evolving pythons, always moving. Guy just got back from Mexico. Did you guys follow his Mexico trip? I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. Man, motherfucker was in the shits, like in the real cartel jungle, man. And you know, he's Miguel Garcia, man. He's connected. He did it. He's all right. But the guy's making big moves, man. He's always inspiring. That's for damn sure. Probably, you know, I'm gonna say hands down one of the hardest names in the business, always evolving pythons, because it's literally something we should always be living by. And that's a fact. But like I said, if you don't know who Miguel Garcia is, highly recommend check out his YouTube channel. Go see his Instagram. Check out his morph market. Most importantly, because it's the kind of snakes that this guy breeds that could really set you for success if you really want to get into this ball python shit. And then shout out to Cedric over at Herper Merch. If you want to get your hands on some sick-ass Trap Talk with MJ t-shirts, masks, whatever, man. I mean, there's always evolving pythons gear. There's Triple B TV gear. You just get yourself over to herpermerch.com and see, you know, what you can get your hands on. Use the promo code Trap Talk for a little extra discount. You're welcome. But I want to see some motherfuckers out there rocking some Trap Talk with MJ gear, man. That's what's up. Before I get to the early birds, I want to say what up to the Banana Bread Royals. What is good, bro? Thank you for the shirt. Not only did this guy send me a sick-ass shirt, I'm a Donkey Kong fan, right? And I'm not saying this is a Donkey Kong monkey, but it just reminds me a lot of a video game. And I'm a video game guy, even though I don't play video games. Does this make sense? Like in the 90s, I grew up playing video games. Anyways, I like this a lot, man. I really think it's a cool shirt. I'm not just saying that because you sent me a shit ton of weed in the mail, which my wife was like, oh my God, did he do that? Yeah, he did, babe. He sent me a lot of weed. That's my boy. Let us live. It's all good. We're in Cali. But some live rosin, man. Elevating is the standard. I don't know. This looks really good, man. I'm gonna smoke this during this session. Best believe that. Also got me a really cool diamonds pre-roll. So that being said, thank you so much. You're my boy. Go follow my man, Banana Bread Royals. What is good, early birds? Oh, man, we got to get going. My homie's waiting in the back right now, and we're going to get him tapped in just a minute. But once I do that, before I do that, I just want to say hi to everyone that's in the fucking building. My homie, Matt, Evolution Exotics. What is good, homie? Patreon Savage, I salute you. Jerome, what is good, Jerome? Another Patreon Savage. I salute you. How you doing, sir? No Limit Royals. Please go fuck with my boy. Another day one. Wiz Constrictors. What is good, bro? Such a pleasure to meet you last weekend at Schaumburg. I'm not gonna lie. This guy was one of the highlights of my weekend. I'm so glad I got to meet you, bro, and your lady. Much love and respect. What is good, Cloud Chaser? What is good, Mike? Big Mike. That's the other homie, another Patreon homie, 1776. Nathan Katz, what is good? Calvin Garcia, leave them beans alone, man. Jesus, this kid. I remember growing up, like being a kid, like out of high school. I mean, I would eat a lot too, man. I just don't remember ripping a lot of ass. Calvin just rips ass all the time. I don't know what's going on, but I had this really important announcement. I kid you not. I had this really important announcement to give in front of all my Patreon members. Over 25 people in the Patreon page or in the meeting, most I've ever had, right? And as soon as I get it out, this guy's and it was Calvin. It came from Calvin in his boots. God damn it, Calvin. Anyways, Aurora, what is up? Another Patreon royalty right here. This is my girl right here. What's up, Aurora? I hope you're having a beautiful evening. I know you're excited for Brian's episode. What's up, Julio? How are you doing, Julio? Nate Dogg, what is cracking, Nate Dogg? Chris Sexton, another homie I got to meet at the show, man. I got to meet this homie's. I got to meet him and his son, which was awesome. I wish I got to hang out with you more, Chris, but great to see you. I'm glad you're here tonight. Another day one. What up, Redwood Reptiles? The homie Andrew, Hannah Banana. I can't wait to meet you at the Trap Talk barbecue. That's going to be epic. What up, Jay? How you doing, Jay? Thanks for picking me up at the airport, making me late to the hibachi dinner. I appreciate you. Andy Gabbs, what's up, buddy? Dang, I haven't seen Andy Gabbs in a hot one. Hope you're doing good, buddy. Sean, what's up, Sean? Another Patreon Savage in the building. Tyler King, what is good? And we're going to end it with my Patreon big bro, Josh Fenelon. All right, man. Josh, I also had a great time with you and your lady, you and Krista. Excuse me, lady. That's my homegirl. You, Krista. I'm glad I got to meet Audrey, your beautiful daughter, and yes, and your son. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And another homie, 808 Ball Pythons, day one. Okay, guys, round 2. Are you ready for this? Round 2 to get on its way. Yeah, you know what? I just did Brian, and now I'm doing Brian. This is a back-to-back Brian session, okay? This is how I do it. I'm not going to lie. I just got back from where I created some memories with Kusco, and I'm like, you know what? When I get back home, hopefully Brian's not, we didn't set this up till like yesterday, but I was like, bro, I just need you to come on Trap Talk because I miss you. And he's like, yeah, sure, man. Let me check with the family. And, blah, 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 blah. And here he is.
His family made some last-minute moves, too. They just went to a little concert. They planned today. Everything happens last minute around here, so it worked out. But I was like, all right, you guys go have fun at the little concert. There's a place called the Halfway Station, about halfway between here and Morro Bay. By the way, what's up, everybody? Dude, all the people you read out, all fantastic people, man. Chris Sexton.
Yes.
Chris Sexton in particular has been a very extremely supportive person that's supported us in a huge way and many times. Like, he's always there. He administrates when we're doing live streams. He's just there, like as solid as a rock. Like when I crashed my drone, he helped me. Like he's helped me out multiple times to crash drone. That guy is a phenomenal human being. I'm glad you got to meet him in person. That's something I haven't gotten to do yet. So
Brian, can I just say people like Chris, because I appreciate my Chris's. I have people like Chris who are just always there. But isn't it easy to do what we do with people like Chris supporting us? It's like, bro, it just makes me feel so valuable. And I know what you mean because I see what kind of support Chris gives you. Shit, Chris comes onto my show and gives support all the time. But I know Chris is really there for you. And I have people like that as well. And I feel like, as much as I appreciate all my viewers, like those are the ones I just feel like I feel like I'm not good enough to have people like that. I really don't.
Oh, 100%. That's for sure. Like I try to live up to it. Every day. Right. It's as much as possible. It's a busy life, dude. It's a busy life. Things are happening constantly and bouncing all over the place.
Were you kind of like, okay, it was no secret that you and I were going to have a round 2, but were you kind of like, oh, fuck, MJ, like I just hit you up like 2 days ago and I was like, hey, do you want to do this podcast with me round 2? Or were you not surprised?
Nothing really surprises me that much these days, bro. Like, honestly.
Well, because honestly, I'm not going to lie, it was nothing on my roster, but I no homo.
Oh, yeah, I know you do usually. I didn't think about that, but you usually keep a kind of deep, like you go at least a few weeks out, right?
I push some people back because listen, what I'm trying to say is I like thought about you heavily after doing a podcast at Brian's, hanging out. Like I got that nostalgia. Like, what is that? Like, were you just like, holy fuck? Like, I really felt like it was just yesterday. We were sitting at that table outside smoking 5 minutes before we were going to go live for a 3-hour podcast with Brian. Like, and I remember like how exciting that was for me. It was exciting for you.
Exciting for me too, man. Yeah,
it was good. So I was like, I need, we're doing round 2. Hopefully
that was fun. The whole thing, going to the sauna afterwards and the cold tub and just like the whole vibe, just going there and feeling it out. It's
can't wait to do it again.
It's exciting to go out there and see him. I'm bummed that I missed everybody at Schaumburg. It sounds like it was pretty good. Like what you just ran up, was it 55,000 for US Ark at the thing?
Yeah, just shy over 55K is what they raised.
That's fantastic. Somebody was telling me that I got mixed reviews. I wasn't there. I don't want to talk about it too much because I'm gonna do a podcast with Garrett and kind of debrief him on everything that went down from his. But that's gonna be from his perspective.
What did he say that we didn't raise that much money?
No, he didn't say that. But I was talking to somebody else today. I'm not gonna throw him out there because it's. I mean, whatever. No, it wasn't Garrett, but somebody was saying I think it was somebody that also wasn't there either. No, that person wasn't there either. So they were just getting secondhand information that maybe the auction didn't do as well as it would have done in previous times. Or
it's probably one of Miguel's friends.
I think what it was. Here's what it very could possibly be is that
it's like, oh, Miguel wasn't there. They didn't raise shit.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know that. I know that he didn't go, and maybe he was just making himself feel better about it. Oh, well, I didn't go because, it turns out I didn't miss a whole lot. I was this close to going, especially because Ryan was talking about being able to potentially feed Komodo dragons, which I've been fortunate enough to do before, but it still doesn't get any less exciting sounding when somebody brings that up. So that was one of the big things on top of being able to go to a show. But, I like to do stuff with family as much as possible. Sometimes I wonder how much time there is left necessarily. You know, you never know how much time you have left, and so I try to do it like as right as possible. There's always these different things to choose. Like you can do this, or you can do that, and you can do this, you can do that, and it's finding the right thing is not always the right thing. You end up going down this wrong way, but it's like I smoked weed today for the first time in a while, so I'm getting a little deep. And last night we filmed the whiskey. So we film a whole month worth of whiskey tasting episodes in 3 hours or so, 3 or 4 hours. We did that last night. Plus my cousin's like epic burrito this morning, breakfast burrito. Just like I'm feeling all kinds of things right now. They're all good. There's just a lot of them that are coming at once.
You're just a big case of emotions. Which
well, because it was good. I mean, it ended up being the right choice because I went to the Roseville show that I had never been to. It was a Reptilian Nation show, which I accidentally named the wrong show in my video, and
those shows are okay. No disrespect, but I mean,
I just went to that show on Friday. What was great is that the reason that I second guessed Schomburg in the first place was because as soon as I found out it was Father's Day, and I'd really wanted to
that was tough.
Father's Day stuff. So I did end up doing that. Like we had everybody gathered at my grandma's afterwards, and like everyone was there, you know. So
I will say, that was like kind of like, you know, because we were sitting back and we're like, oh, you know, like this show could have been better. Like, you know, the venue was fucking epic. Like, you know, like the hotel was beautiful, Brian. Like
the one thing I was perfect. Like, noticed that doesn't make it quite Tinley for me. I mean, there's something about I
magic of Tinley. They say they're
superficial about this, but like the carpet. The carpet in the Tinley Convention Center. There's something to it, I guess.
Says that, bro.
Okay,
you're literally
good.
You're not the only Tinley head who's been there, done that. I heard about the carpet, and there's just like this magical feeling out of Tinley. Like
there is, and the carpet apparently has a lot to do with it. Because I was looking at the pictures, I was like, yeah, but what's going on with the floor?
It was concrete. It was hard on people's fucking knees and shit, bro. Like, you know, there were some OGs in there that like had some knee problems. I'm one of them, and I fucking, you know, I was like, dude, I need to sit down. But they're pretty hard on the knees. But hey, listen, at the end of the day, man, everything's getting back to normalcy because guess what? Nobody had masks on. Woo!
Yeah, and same thing at Roseville. And I didn't know how that was going to be with Illinois because I know they were a little harder on the thing. But that was not knowing where that was going to be. What I think was another thing that was in my thinking cap. And then the other thing is that Jesse's son's birthday would have been right. Like it was his birthday, Father's Day, and his son's birthday. So like once he said that he wasn't sure if he was going to go, I was like, dude, there's all these unsureties where I'm. And then Roseville was cool. I mean, it was fun. Like I got to see Riley, got to hang out with Jimmy, and then Jesse and a bunch of the free crew came down, and we went over to Grant's over at GX3 and.
But more importantly, you got to support a local show. I think that's the most important thing. Like you got to show support in your area, which I'm going to go to all the San Diego shows. I just need some homies to go, man. Like, come on. Like, I don't know. I wish San Diego. Let me ask you this, Kusco, because you are familiar with Southern California shows. Why is it, in your opinion, do you feel like we can't make a San Diego like a Pomona or something? Like with San Diego having all these beaches and beautiful places to eat, why isn't it like, you know, and nothing to take back Pomona. I get it. Pomona's like that Tinley where it's like, you know, that hotel, like Pomona's Pomona. Pomona's amazing. Don't get me wrong, but like, why not make more Tinleys than Pomonas? Why is it so hard to make certain spots pop off, you think?
Well, I mean, it depends on your perspective. Some shows just have bigger populations around them. Some have had more time built in behind them, and then like it starts to be this thing like, are you going? Like the more camaraderie that's built around a show, like this many people are going because it's this show, and you want to be there with all those people who are going to be there, and it just kind of builds on itself like that. And sometimes you can break that back down. If you think back to before my time ever going to a reptile show, way before my time, but I hear from some of these other guys, you know, about like the Orlando show before it was at Daytona, and how like insane and absolutely wild those shows were. It sounded like some kind of metal festival crossed with some kind of reggae. I don't know what was happening. I wasn't there, but it sounded like it was something that I should have been at. I was at my own type of party maybe, but it sounded epic. And now, not that Daytona is not still awesome. I'm going to go to Daytona this year, by the way. I'm going to celebrate my 40th birthday at Daytona this year, believe it or not. I don't really tell people how old I am, but it's like, whatever.
You're not 40. Dog years.
So I'm going to do that Daytona this year. So it's still fun, but it's just not, my point is, like you have shows that weren't as big that blow up, and then you have shows that are big and can grow down. And what is the reason? Who really knows?
I think personally, I think it's the people, right? So I have an idea. I'm gonna start getting booths like at like let's just say a super show, right? And I'm gonna like book you to come. I'm just
definitely the people. It's absolutely the people.
I'm literally gonna book fucking people. I'm gonna make an event. Like I'm literally gonna let people know who's gonna be at these shows. And, I know talk is cheap, but I think that's what I'm gonna do. And just have a huge fucking San Diego show where you'll show up. Like I'll just have to literally fucking bribe the shit out of you guys and just get your asses down here. And it's.
I mean, that stuff happens. Like we went to the Australia show. When Dave and I flew out there and he hooked that up. Like, and then the Canada show. Like Billy will bring people out, or the show will bring people out to come and speak, and that's part of it for sure. I mean,
we'll talk to Rami. We'll get to work, and then we'll have another. Oh,
dude, Rami's been a huge supporter since the first day I met him too. Rami's a fantastic individual, man. That guy is he's a hard worker. He's funny. He's always smiling. He's serious too, though. He knows how to take care. Like he'll get serious and be like, and he lives, eats, and sleeps and dreams that show like all year round. I mean, I remember had him on an interview that one of the first times he came on, and he's just talking about like his wife will ask him what he's thinking about like in bed or something. He's just like, Reptile Super Show. That's what I'm thinking about. All right. It's good. It's so good. Brian, Rami's awesome. Sorry,
Brian, real quick. I want to kind of catch people up on what it's going to really be like for you with the upcoming shows. Like obviously, like with Schaumburg, it happened. We're having really high hopes with Tinley, Arlington. Do you on your agenda? Are you planning on hitting these shows like you regularly hit shows now, or what's it like for your schedule with these shows now?
So Reptile Super Show was supposed to be July next month, obviously, but it's not happening. So that threw a little bit of like question into what I was going to do, because I was contemplating, because I'd never been to a Herps show, and I've heard the Herps Conroe show is fantastic. Mm-hmm. So I was planning to try and make it to that, and it's the week before NARBC Arlington. So I was going to potentially go out there with Fat Man, and because he's considering doing the same thing, start at Herps and then just stay out in Texas for a week until the Arlington show. But when Reptile Super Show got canceled from July, it got removed to the same date as the Herps Conroe show. So now I'm torn, because Rami's like I'd love to be in both places at once, but I feel like I can't miss the first show of Rami's back after everything's happened. Like I feel like I need to be there. Like there's that feel deep inside my chest where like you need to be there as much as you. And I didn't promise anything else otherwise, but I would still love to go. And I think that's a long-winded explanation where I'm just kind of realizing myself that I'm going to the Anaheim show, and then I'll go to Arlington afterwards. And then definitely going to be at October Tinley. Like that's the show where I said I would never miss. Obviously, it's not happening, then I miss it. But from the first time I went through the October Tinley, I said to myself I'd go back every year, and that's going to hold true. And I guess before that is Daytona in August.
Yeah, I'll be at Daytona. Now, I think, I don't know. I might change it now. My plan was just to go Saturday, because I'll be staying at Fort Lauderdale, which is a few hours away, but the only socks down to drive. The fact that it's your 40th, I might have to at least stay this Saturday night. I'm not going to want to leave you that night for sure.
I don't know what's going to happen. I
don't know. I just want to be a part of it. Like, I just really want to be a part of wherever that wave goes. And I just know Kusco's not going to take his 40th very lightly at all. Like, I'm sure you're going to do something very memorable.
There was a lot of family stuff I was considering to before it was, because Daytona is kind of a big deal for Freedom Breeder to go to too. And so I want to be there for that. And then, obviously I've got a really tight family, and lots of people would like to do something on my 40th. And if I could talk myself out of it, dude. If I'm not careful, I could talk myself out of it real quick and go get a campground that I used to camp at from all my birthdays since I was 7, and just like invite all the homies. So I saw a bunch of actually that people I hadn't seen in like 20 years. I saw at a wake last weekend, right after the Roseville show. Something I didn't know was happening just kind of popped in my lap because of going to that. And it's tempting to do that. Trust me, it's tempting. I don't know, but it's just, I try to remember, it's just a day, which is what I was trying to look up, and I can't pull up a calendar for some reason. What day is the 21st of August? Is it a Saturday?
So 21st of August. The fuck? So 21st of August is a Saturday.
Okay, so it is Saturday. All right.
Yeah. That's your birthday, right? The 21st.
That's it. 21st.
Yeah. My birthday's the 10th. So wait, are you a Leo or you're not a Leo?
I'm a Leo. Just hanging on.
You're such a respectable Leo. Can I just say that? Because Leos are I don't know, Ryan. You're just not a showboat to me. Even though you can put on a show for people when you're hyper, and I love it. But you're just not in your face. Like I'm in your face. You know how I am, right?
Well, it depends on who you talk to. I mean, it depends on how comfortable I get with. Like, if you spend enough time with me, like the more comfortable I get with you, I think the more I get in your face. Like if you ask Leia, if you talk to Leia in like 3 years and ask her how much like I was literally in her face, or anybody in my family for that matter, like I'm in your face. I'm like poking at you, and I'm sure it's annoying as hell, but it's also I do it because I love them. And
yeah, me too.
That's who I give all. That's what it is. That I think most people know that my family is pretty important to me, and arguably more so than I think a lot of other people out there. I would say it's just not to say anybody doesn't take their family seriously, but like it's. I was just thinking about it before we came on. I was thinking like, man, I just like it influences some of my really big decisions that could go other ways where I just choose to be with the family. I'm guaranteed I've lost plenty of opportunities that could be financial or business opportunities along the way because I chose to be with my family instead. Guaranteed. Like, absolutely.
Let me ask you this, man. Were you the best decision maker prior to kids? Like, or did kids really help you become better with your decision making? Like, honestly, I want to know. Because I mean, I do a lot of selfish decision making, meaning like I'd make decisions I feel like that are definitely going to benefit what I got going on, and whatever I want to benefit. It just sucks to say, but I could be all about that. But like at some point, me and my wife talk about having kids and stuff. I got to make decisions that are really going to be good for all of us, right? So can it give me a little bit of experience?
No, I definitely wasn't one of those folks that like thought that having kids was going to like turn my life around or make me into a different person, or B, that it actually happened. Like, right. I would say that my family is we'll go ahead and say it like this. My family is lucky that I want to spend a lot of time around them and do things with them. And that's what I want to do, because at the end, I always do what I want to do in the end. Like that's what happens. Like if I want to do something, I'm going to do it. And having kids didn't change that. Like if I want to do something, I'm going to do it. And that hasn't really changed all that much. I try to think about what I do beforehand a lot. I give plenty of thought. Sometimes, and I see people that don't give much thought at all when they do things. Sometimes it's really funny. Sometimes people get hurt. So I try to. No, I didn't start becoming a more responsible person per se. I've gradually become a more responsible person as I've gotten older. Was I always a good decision maker? Dude, have I told you some of my stories? We sat here for like 4.5 hours. I'm pretty sure I told you something.
I blacked out that last literally. I remember I saw how much whiskey I had left, right? And we were 3 hours and 20 minutes deep. And I was fucking so high, but I was more high than drunk. And then I was like, dude, should you drink another glass? And then when I knew we were still going to go at least another hour, I fucking poured another glass. And that's when everything just black. I don't remember. My wife said, dude, you were fucking bad. She had to drag me to bed. My feet were dragged. And I was like complaining because how hungry I was. All I wanted to do was eat. I'm pretty sure I ate that night, but I don't remember eating, bro. Like,
Duran had a perfect comment right there. Which Duran actually got to come over here and hang out with the family for breakfast the other day, which was fantastic. Duran's super cool, and so is his.
Which one's Duran? Who's Duran? Oh, Duran, right
Visual
here.
Variant, yeah,
right,
super
cool.
awesome.
What's good, Duran? What's good, fam?
That's a good point. You're like, did it make me a better decision maker?
Hey, but honestly, what was that for though? Like there was
US Ark. We raised money.
And that's a passion. That's something that honestly got a lot of views. Like it worked. I mean, maybe I'd much rather get knocked out or something, to be honest. But that's
so much more detrimental to your health.
Yeah, but I'm good acting too. You know what I mean? I could just fucking.
You just act like you get knocked out. If I'm gonna pay my money to an auction where you get knocked out, I want to see your ass cold like freaking Friday. Like I'm
finessing, and I'm gonna put a whatchamacallit, what's the thing you drop in the water when you have stomach problems? Fucking the white thing.
Alka-Seltzer?
Alka-Seltzer. I'm gonna put Alka-Seltzer in my mouth and act like I'm foaming, and then like watch we get like 10K. They think MJ's dead. Holy shit! And then I fucking be like, we got your money, bitch.
Some fun folks in the chat. Marshall, Aurora, awesome folks.
No, okay. Okay. Before we got into that, what were we talking just prior to that?
You were talking about how you might not have heard any of my stories because I
blacked out.
I was a bad influence on you, which isn't usually what happens, but it does happen sometimes. Like sometimes I'm a bad influence on Garrett. Apparently, I was a pretty bad influence on you if you had to be dragged to bed, and that's not.
Whoa! Hold on! Wow! I don't mean to time this out. It's only 30 minutes, but you are Brian Kusco, and I hope this isn't right. What are we at 80? We were at 80 views, 43 likes. I mean, guys, with all due respect, I'm going to be nice about this. Let's get the likes up, please. With all due respect, this is my boy. He deserves a lot more likes than 43 likes if there's 80 people watching. So let's get those likes up. Thank you, Mary, for that call. I appreciate it. But anyways, dude,
let me see if I can like it.
I will say.
Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give it the first dislike. We can help the algorithm out a little bit. Like, bam, dislike.
Dude, that's crazy.
Sorry.
I always like. Do you always feel? Because Brian, I've noticed this on yours too. But do you always feel like it's always the same person doing the 1 or 2 dislikes? Like it's like that same person. And I don't mind. Like, but I just feel like it's because sometimes I'll get a lot of videos with no like dislikes, and I don't mind dislikes. But why am I just getting 1 or 2? Like, come on, like,
better than none. I say you want to. That's
true.
Have, YouTube changed their
algorithm,
their app. They not the algorithm, but they changed their platform. Not the platform. Good God, what is it? It's like a new version. It's like the version 107.2 or something.
Like on the app, like the actual app, like
on the YouTube Studio thing. Yeah, if you scroll like if you look at your analytics and stuff like that, and you check how a video is doing the first day or something like that, they stop putting in like you can't see the dislikes unless you go in further to find them. So I actually really like that.
You can actually look at your dislikes. You can see who dislikes your stuff.
No. I'm saying that when you look at it on the YouTube app now, I can't pull up my phone because obviously if we talked about, I'm using it for a camera right now, but it doesn't show the dislike. It just shows how many likes the video has. If you as you're scrolling through them, all you can see are the likes. Which right about the time I finally learned like that dislikes are actually a good thing and you shouldn't worry about it. I actually want more to a certain degree. If your video has like 10,000 dislikes and like 3 likes, maybe you fucked up a little bit.
Maybe you should switch it up. No, but what I was gonna say on our last podcast, even though I fucking blacked out, I didn't wake up with the bad hangover, man. Like I woke up like, wow, that was fun. Like I don't like it was like kind of like a blur.
One point was maybe you don't remember any of the stories, so I don't know what I need to repeat or not. I mean, I got the guitar. We could do Sublime again, whatever.
I should go back. Honestly, I should go back. I know I watched some of it. I watched it shortly after it happened, but then I haven't gone back and watched it.
Here's how competitive and petty I can be. Check this out. So you did this thing where you were wearing the glasses and you're like, you said they were.
Yeah, I said they were real.
You said something. You said they're prescription. And I went and then like 2.5 hours later, 3 hours in, you tried to tell me that you never said that. I was like, hold on, dude. Like I get wild and my mind goes all over the place, but I also have a steel trap up here. Like I saw somebody I hadn't seen in 20 years. I remembered what 2 songs she wanted played at her funeral. I just saw her this weekend. So I was like, you said they were prescription. You're like, no, I didn't. Blah blah. And so after the thing, I went back and found the 2 clips, spliced them together. It was like, bah. You did like tell me what you said. I remember that shit.
You made a story out of it, didn't you? Like, didn't
yeah,
you?
Something like that.
And then you just had me saying it in slow motion, like you actually like.
No, I think you were actually just really drunk, and I didn't change the speed.
Is that it?
Maybe I don't remember changing the speed, honestly.
Yeah. Anyways, that was an awesome time.
It was fun. It was fun. That's why I didn't hesitate when you're like, "Hey, do you want to jump on?" I was like, well, obviously I had to check first, make sure there wasn't something else that was already happening, and once that was clear, I was like, "Yeah, let's chill, dude."
So, Brian, let's talk about your snakes, man. Like, what's going on with your animals this year? I mean, obviously everyone's talking about stuff going late. I know I'm one of them, but are you kind of facing that kind of ordeal this year as well, or are things going as planned? Apparently,
I went early. I guess because I didn't have a ton of clutches this year, as you know, maybe a lot of other people know. I'm like slow growth over here. Like I'm planning to, and it's been my plan since the beginning, and it's still my plan today to be producing a maximum of 30 clutches by the time. Des, I love you.
Go Desiree. Shout out to Desiree for that $100 donation to US Ark, baby. But
Des is so freaking cool.
After she just dropped almost 2K for a saber.
She's just so cool. I love her. Man. She's so chill. She's
the chillest thing ever.
So slow growth is my point. That I think I have like 5 or 6 clutches this year, and over half of them have hatched. I've got one other female that may go. I think she might lay some eggs, so that'd be late. And I've got 1 clutch in the incubator, and it's the clutch that got me into breeding ball pythons in the first place. So I'm kind of excited.
Tell me more. Tell me more about this clutch that got you into breeding ball pythons.
It's a potential to produce my first clown pies, my first visual clown pies over here.
Oh, this is like the foundation right here. Like this female is important. The one that laid this clutch.
It was actually that female's daughter that laid the clutch. That was fun.
Oh, yeah. Wow. So
It's
this
a
we're
pied het,
tapping in-
100% het clown that laid it. It's princess. So the queen was the queen is the clown pied I got, and then when I decided I was really going to take take it a little further than just like producing little snakes for fun and actually throw some serious money in and like take a little more of a risk with it. She is right there on that. I don't know if you here. Oh, you know what? Let's play with this camera a little bit. Now
and then we're gonna talk a little bit about fucking Matt Summers. I hope you're listening to this because me and him been going back and forth on setups since we're gonna be doing remote podcasts here. But dude, we're gonna talch about this fucking Brian Kusko.
This thing is sweet right here. First, it's so simple too. So
First off,
much simpler than anything I was ever doing.
is.
First, let's change it. Now it's nice and in focus. You can see. I'll get out of the way so you can see the thing I was trying to talk about in the first place, and we'll just zoom in there with the telephoto and get a little bit point in the right direction. So that's the queen right there, sitting on her first clutch of eggs, and in that clutch of eggs is the snake that produced the clutch that's in the incubator right now. So it's going to be her grand snakes that are popping out of that clutch.
So what was the pairing, if you don't mind? Just to break down.
I did 2 different males. The great thing about let's go ultra wide. Bam, you can check my setup. See how cool this is when you can use your phone and you can move around. Look at that light.
Yeah, okay, he's using his phone.
Whiskey.
Bro,
oh my god.
iPhone, okay,
Carter,
Matt, this
Kentucky
is not
Bourbon Batch 9. Do you know what's going on right there? Oh my god.
This is not an Android, Matt. Matt, this is not an Android.
My father-in-law got me this at the Bass Pro Shop. Freaking stoked. And we got, I'm wrapping my cord up around the thing. I don't want to break it up. Then we got go juice.
You're using your phone though. Like, let's talk
I'm
about
using my phone. I'm using my phone, and it's the greatest thing ever compared to what I used to do. And
you guys know Brian, he has crazy camera equipment. Like Brian has really nice camera equipment, but yet he's using his phone. Why are you using your phone,
because
Brian?
camera equipment is a pain in the ass to stream with, especially when you got a new laptop that doesn't have the processor that you were using before that worked with the other card readers, and then everything's just giving you a headache. Then you realize, hey, look, iPhones, you can almost not tell. Like there's plenty of people that have, like professional photographers and stuff, that will take pictures with iPhones and have people try and tell the difference between their professional DSLR versus the iPhone, with a little bit of editing, of course, but on both ends. I can't tell. So it's like, if I use my iPhone and not have such a headache about using my camera for streaming, I mean, it's kind of like a no-brainer. It's like, I'm going to do this, especially with this portrait. I'm looking at you need just how like blurred the background is. The app is called Camo, or like Reincubate Camo Studio Pro. And it's just super simple to use. You can pick all these different presets.
I was like, wow, this guy fucking...
You can go full metal. It's great.
He just turned into the Hulk. I really wish I had mushrooms for this episode, but I went pretty ham at the show, so I'm like kind of just refreshing the mental palate real quick.
I'm also taking it a little bit easy, being that like yesterday I was recording the whiskey, as I mentioned.
Right.
There was the phone. There was something you asked before I started talking about the phone, and it's the clutch. Yeah, so it's her granddaughter. The snakes that are going to hatch out of that clutch are going to be the queen's granddaughters and sons. And the pairing you asked, I put it to 2 males because the great thing about a double visual recessive female is that it doesn't matter what you throw to her. I mean, it does. Okay, well, it matters a little bit, but my point is that she's going to produce at least 100% double het clown pieds, no matter what male you put to her. Now, obviously, you don't want to do something like, I wouldn't recommend putting an axanthic and then a sunset, like an axanthic male and then a sunset male to her, and then just trying to guess what the triple hets are after the fact. I wouldn't do that.
Hold the beans. What the hell is this? Calvin, thank you. US Ark, baby. Fuck. He's matching Desiree.
Calvin's a cool kid, man.
I love Calvin. Hey,
Calvin's got a great family too. Since he's not here, I gotta tell you, I already told you this, Calvin. I want to tell everybody, Calvin's family. So I've got an auntie and uncle. I had an uncle that passed, and my auntie that still lives down in Oxnard. And like growing up, the way that they treated people that would come to their house, like everybody got treated like family. You felt like you belonged there, no matter who you were or where you were coming from. And it's always been like that. And that's exactly how I felt at Calvin's house with his family. That's how I felt with those folks. Like it literally made me feel like I was in that environment. It was like grandma's freaking homemade salsa, and just like everybody's so welcoming and friendly. And people were driving by to celebrate the graduation. We had a bunch of snakes out. People that were terrified of snakes their whole lives, came up. Next thing you know, they're holding snake. Actually, there's one guy, one of his friends, like he said he was super scared. Like he was standing back and he's like, I'm terrified. I was like, well, then let me help you, buddy. And then like by the end, he was that guy that like I had to be like, okay, I gotta take the snakes home now, man. You know what I mean? I love seeing that happen. And it's because, you know, providing that environment like Calvin's family provides, like having that kind of energy. It's just like, it's just good. It felt really good. And I just wanted to say a big thank you to Calvin's mom for inviting me to come out and do that. Because it really, as much as like everybody's having fun because I came, that made my entire month. Like I was so happy for being invited and getting to experience like just that couple hours there with the family. So,
and then I'm gonna take that compliment and counter it to you, Kusco, because if it wasn't for you, like we're taking this back a couple years ago when MJ was pretty like, fuck, dude, just make a friend, chill. And I didn't really want to. But you're like, hey, man, this kid's Calvin was, you know, he was hitting me up a lot. And I'm not going to lie, Calvin looked like a fucking grown ass man. And I was like, I don't really get, no offense, but like, I got to meet you if I really want to be like, all right, man, let's talk, conversate. But Brian Kusko was the one who says, hey, man, Calvin's a fucking awesome kid. I was like, kid? He's a kid? I was like, he's fucking gigantic. And he's like, no, man, he's a kid. I think at that time he was only 16 going on 17. And right. I was like, dude, I was like, I was like, bro, he's in a game at this age. Like, come on, be, you know, have a heart. So I started fucking talking to him. And I was like, dude, you nailed it. This Calvin has such a big heart, bro. And, you know, a lot of that makes sense when you meet him. And when I met him, sure, right, he's fucking gigantic. He's huge. His mom's a fucking sweetheart. His dad's cool as fuck. I got the privilege of having them two and Calvin over at the trap. And like, I know I haven't been to their place yet, but I could tell you right now, man, it's a Hispanic thing, man. Mexicans, real Mexicans, if they love you,
had to go and make it racist. Come on, let's just talk transphobic next.
It's Hispanic. I'm Mexican. I just know, like, I know how people, like, I know how they, you know, they love you, and that's why you got welcomed with open arms and shit. But anyways, thank you for putting me on game with Calvin Garcia. He's a Trap Patreon member, one of my biggest supporters, all because of you. So thank you, Brian.
Yeah, man. I'd love to get more and more people together, especially maybe ones that are more odds and ends that are still trying to figure it out and make them work again. That'd be fantastic. That's one of my favorite things to do.
You know, Antoine. Look at Antoine. Jesus Christ.
That's a happy guy right there.
Antoine, talk about a character, bro. But talk about somebody you want to be around. I honestly love putting myself around Antoine because I'm always in a good mood around Antoine. What is good, bro? Thank you so much for this US Ark donation. Guys, just so you know, anything donated in this right here, all going to US Ark. So, you know, unfortunately, YouTube does tax 40%, but regardless, whatever you are giving here, fucking this is all US Ark in any episode I do, just so you guys know. But thank you so much.
At least something. I mean, YouTube might be taxing. I don't know if they're doing 40%. It's not. I don't think it's quite that much. Maybe close. It's probably close.
I don't forget.
But either way, it's just nice that you're still able to do it. Even, I mean, you can donate directly to US Ark. Just like, because people will say, "Oh, you can just go straight to US Ark." Yes, you can, and you should. But there's nothing wrong with anything going towards it, like at all. If it takes throwing some super chats in the YouTube comments because you want to throw up your thing and show your support and like have the little emblem flag flow up, like there's nothing to get mad at about that, in my opinion. Like nothing at all.
Oh my God. Perfect transition to my next topic. Oh my God, this is going to be great. We talked. Okay, so shout out to the general, by the way. Shout out to Martin Morphs. I love you, man. Another great day oneer right here. Has always come in, continuously supporting super chats. Thank you so much, Martin. You're the man. I hope you're doing well, and I'm going to text you later on tonight. So that's my boy, Martin. Thank you so much, General. Okay, my next topic. I got to bring this up because it was so
Martin
funny.
Would share a run. Like he's a runner. He goes out there and he gets after it. Yeah, Martin's cool, man.
That's good. You got to get that fucking heart going, man. But oh my God, dude, I was talking to Brian. Had a great Barcheck. I had a great one-on-one with him. Thank you for watching. You said you watched it, right, Brian?
Yeah, I loved his. I loved it. I watched part of it because I was driving. I'm always got something happening where I can almost never tune in for an entire live stream ever anywhere. But yeah, I liked his, especially at the end with the it was the hot seat questions or whatever.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just he's so funny sometimes. Like there's times where you can't tell if Brian is being serious or not. Like
right.
there's those times where he's like he gets this little smirk on his face, just like,
It's really hard to pick up.
I'm gonna be funny right now, and you're not gonna know if I'm being funny or if I'm being dead serious, because the smirk on my face is not giving away either, other than I'm enjoying myself and seeing what you're
like,
gonna try to figure out about me right now.
Casual, like, yeah, and he doesn't really smirk. Yeah, you're right, bro. It's kind of like, or, no, but, okay, but what we were talking about, man, were clickbaits, like the thumbnail clickbaits, right? And you got to understand, man, like this YouTube game, like YouTube is a game, right? Like, and at the end of the day, I mean, I've always appreciated the quality that fucking Kusco puts into all his videos. Like, it's fucking, they're masterpieces to me, and I really feel they don't get nearly as much views as they should get. So I understand at some point we gotta oh, how do we work this a little bit? So clickbaits do work, like, you know what I mean? But
there's so many different levels of clickbait. You got this kind of clickbait.
Tell me the level of clickbait, please. That's what I want to talk about. Like, what's your level with clickbait in your eyes? Like,
it's fluctuated for me, man. Like, I've done things where I'm like, oh, I'm calling everybody out, and like that always like works. At this point, I would think people know I'm not gonna, like, I don't know, throw anybody under the bus just for fun, but like it's fine to find that balance, because like some people feel you can't, like, there's this fine line, and I feel like for me, I'm still trying to kind of find it and just not care too much about the view, because if all you care about is getting the views, and there's ways to use clickbait to make that happen, and even just content that you put out, it depends on what you want from YouTube. If all you want is views, like, that's what I mean, some of the biggest YouTubers like went into it for. Like, I'm gonna try and get as many views as possible, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes. It's not even just a thumbnail. Like, what I'm going to do and film is going to be based around getting as many views as possible. I don't care what happens. I don't care what anybody thinks about it. I don't care what the repercussions are going to be from the public towards me about it. I'm just going to go for, like, what's going to get the views. I don't care if it pisses off half of the world. We're going to do that. So there's that mentality. It depends on what you want from it. But it is true that on YouTube, the two most important things, if you want to get somebody to watch your video, if you want your video to show up anywhere where somebody's like, I want to watch that, which if you're making a video and you don't want anybody to watch it, then that's just, nobody's doing that has any part of their brain working. You make a video, you want people to watch it, you got to find out the balance between, here's the triple beam balance between what it is. And I'm not going to pretend I know all of the secrets, because I certainly don't, not even close. But you have to have a good thumbnail that somebody actually wants to click on in the first place, where they can look at it and be like, that looks interesting. And I think, and then your title has to work together with it to be like, I'm seeing this, I'm reading this, that's what I want to see right now. And then when they click on it, you better have what it was they wanted to see when they clicked on that video. And if you did pull that off, then you did successful clickbait. You did the perfect level of clickbait, because you got that thing that made people want to click, and then when it got them in, they were satisfied with having clicked and spend their time watching that video. So finding that balance to where it's going to succeed, because it's interesting, because the world is, as you know, like, people are just naturally drawn to some nasty shit sometimes. You just want to, like, see, like, the degradation of the world. You want to see things crumble. You want to see them come crashing down. The universe falls apart, and just in this glorious, ecstatic freaking thing. And that's part of it. But how much are you gonna play into that part of the world? Like, is that what the energy you want to put out for people to pick up in the world? I remember there was a while there where there was literally week after week people coming out with videos saying, all right, I quit. I'm out. I used to do one every year at April Fools.
No, but this shit was coming out like clockwork. And I was like, oh my God, guys, and I don't know if it's, you gotta understand, a lot of stuff that you do and Project does is trend setting. Like, you guys,
well, you might quit something. You might really, I mean, that's where there's that nugget of truth to it. Like, there's always hopefully there's always some truth to the title and thumbnail of the video, and that's what I always try to pull my thumbnail at, just actual screenshot from the videos, and maybe take a couple screenshots and splice them together in Photoshop or something. But just so that it's actually like, you're going to see this actually in the video, if you're watching, like, this animal and this animal, or, me doing this, or me eating a freaking maggot like I did at the show, like, off the, whatever. I was just walking by. He had a whole bucket full of maggots. I was like, man, that looks interesting. It's like, do you eat those?
Maggot, like I did at the.
What happened?
Sorry. I was trying to.
I heard myself say maggot again. That was one of my first words, actually. Maggot.
No.
Maggot.
Unfortunately, bro, like I'm about to like, okay, you know, you have a Patreon. You love your Patreon page, right? You like all your Patreon members, right?
Of course. How could you? Why would you not? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I love you as a Patreon member. Thank you for being on my Patreon page.
I was thinking about quitting.
Yeah. What the fuck? I was going to say, listen, I think we should take this to Patreon page because there's 100 viewers and only 70 something likes. Guys, we have 10 minutes. I am not joking. We have 10 minutes to get the likes up. I'm not joking, or I will fucking stop this, and we're taking this over to Patreon page where all my homies are savages, and they should really appreciate this. But anyways,
that's a pretty high. It's still a pretty good ratio. 7 out of 10, like that's a 70%. I'm just saying, you're getting a C. You're getting a C.
I don't like
failing.
Yeah. 10 minutes. Anyways, there's a lot of Patreon people here anyway, so that show will be cracking. So anyways, we'll sit tight on that. We have 10 minutes, and then I'll go and refresh.
We do have a good amount of similar ones. I think you have a couple that left mine to join yours. How dare you?
No, that was Miguel. How dare you? I had a couple who was like, man, it was either between you and Miguel, and I was like, go on. Tell me more, because I got secrets, you know? Just kidding.
It's fun. It's definitely fun. It's definitely fun. It's cool little
You've
crew.
You've been doing Patreon for a while, man. Like
it was actually Miguel and Garrett that told me I should start one.
Wow, Miguel. But you had one before Miguel.
Yeah, way before. But this is the thing. Miguel always doing his fuckery. You know, like after a while, I was like, "What was that Patreon thing you were telling me about?" He's like, "What are you talking about? What's Patreon?" I was like, "You fucking dick." You know, the thing you told me I should start. He literally was on the street. He's like, you should start a Patreon, Kusco. Then I come back. He's like, what is Patreon? I don't know what you're talking about, huh?
Dude, I looked at Patreon like, what the? I honestly, you're the first Patreon page that I ever came across, and this is like I had just stumbled across your page, like it was that, and then I was like, what is this? And I was like, damn, people pay to watch this, but it could be free. So at first I didn't know what it was, right? And then, dude, somebody told me, you know, man, have you considered a Patreon page? And that's when it clicked. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, wait a minute. And dude, if you can't help people who want to support you, man, you really can't. And honestly,
you should help them.
No. That's not what I meant. I'm saying you can't help it. You can't help it. You can't help it. I'll help them. Don't get me wrong. That's what I'm saying. I wanted to help them since they wanted to help me. That's why I was like, well, let's get a Patreon page going since we could fucking all work together. But really, man, like that's why I love this industry, bro. Like I never had this mentality. Like it was just, you know, it was really all about me. But really, like I learned how to give back so much just by working with these animals. But mostly it's because all the information we pass down and we pass along to others, it's really it all benefits each other at some point, right? Don't you think?
Yeah. I mean, that's ideally everything works in a way that ends up being good for everybody. You know, it's a complicated world of people out there, my friend. Some people want you to fail. Some people want to pull you into some nasty stuff or whatever. You know, I don't know what drives somebody to do that, but they'll want to pull you into some just nasty stuff and it's just, I don't even want to go there. It's like I've never really fully understood that mentality of like being in a spot that you were so miserable that you wanted to make everybody around you miserable, which I don't know why I'm even thinking about that right now. But
that's a low place. That's a real low place right there. Yeah, and it's there. Now, let me ask you this. Since you've had a Patreon page for so long, have you ever had like somebody supporting you, but like was actually toxic too? Like it was kind of confusing. Like, have you ever had to deal with anything like that?
There was a couple times because we have a Discord thing, and then they're like, Discord, at one point, like some outside drama was spilling into our thing, and I was just like, I just immediately removed both people and I had phone calls with both of them, you know, because I think that's the best way to communicate. I'm just like, listen, that's not happening here. We're not doing that here. Like, if you have an issue, like, you come talk to me directly, and we'll try and figure it out. Because it's not happening here. Like, this isn't Facebook. This isn't anywhere. This isn't public space. Respect. This is my space that I created personally. I will take full ownership. I created this space. People are here because they want to be part of whatever it is I happen to be doing, which I'm very grateful for. That there are people out there that actually have that, because I'm kind of a nuts, dude. I'm a little bit nuts. Sometimes I've got this little, like, I'm hanging by a thread sometimes. but I'm hanging in there, but just by a thread. But I just try and crush it. Just be like, listen, and they actually both came in, and one of them's still there, and it's all good. Like, yeah, so it can, but that wasn't necessarily towards me. No, it wasn't like somebody like supporting me and was like giving me. It was just something amongst two other people, which I'm used to. I grew up with friends that hated each other, so it's like as much as I just do not like being in that situation. It's like the worst feeling for me when I've got a friend who like who hate. Fuck, it sucks. It's the worst thing ever, dude. It's so, and I don't let it over in my life. I focus on, that's why a lot of the time I'm very introverted and I focus on what I'm doing and what's happening with me, because I don't have to worry about what this person thinks about that person over there and how that's gonna possibly affect me if I let it, which it can. If I open myself up to being friends with people, like that's gonna happen. I'm gonna be affected by it because they're, but I don't like being in that spot. So I do everything to not be in that spot.
And it sucks because I feel like you're still in that spot in this industry. Like I feel like you're friends with people who other people just fucking can't stand. And I don't know. You do a great job of not playing politics. I could tell you that right now, because you just have the same heart with everybody. As long as no one gives you that reason to not show the love, you give all the love in the world. Because I know that before we even became friends, when I met you in person, that's when I was like really like, man, this is Brian Kusco. Like, what a loving guy. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, at some point, man, I mean, we're getting older. Obviously you're fucking hitting 40. No disrespect, but
that helps. Even when I was younger, I like to keep the peace. I've told this story before. I'm gonna tell it again right now, because it's like the one moment where I felt like I actually had like a superpower that was really good. And it was a New Year's Eve party. I went with a girlfriend, my girlfriend at the time, who it was a slightly younger crowd. I must have been like 23 or 24, and everybody else is kind of like more 21. It was kind of right around that age. And there's like it was like kind of a rave-ish or just a party. There's a DJ, there's dancing, there's drinking. People were doing whatever, kind of out on little outskirts of town. And it was past midnight, and like people were starting to mill outside, and it's starting to get a little bit hostile outside, just a little bit like. Literally, I mean, whatever it was, I don't know. Somebody didn't get kissed by the person they wanted to get kissed by, and that person kissed somebody else. I have no idea what it was that was the start of it. But all I know is I like walked out of the building, and it was like literally people were like cocking their fists back, like it was about to just freaking go. And I was just like, I just walked out. I was like, oh fuck! I was like, Happy New Year! Like as loud as I possibly could, and everybody stopped and just looked at me, and like it literally shifted like a snap. And everybody turned and like was like, oh, that's right, we're here to celebrate life, not fucking kill each other. Oh yeah, that. And it literally flipped like that in a second. I was like, dude, if I could just do that everywhere all the time, I would love to figure out how that worked.
Yeah. But I mean, let's be honest. At shows, like when we're all hanging out, like you're still that guy. You're still the life of the party. Like that's kind of who you are in a big room, And what's funny is like it's sometimes some people who are like that could be like it could go one way or the other, but it's always from what I've experienced with you. And like I said, we known each other for a while, but it's not like we hang out every day. But every time I see you around a group of people, it's just a good energy that spreads to where everyone's in a good place. From what I've seen,
Well, I hope so, man. I mean, that's definitely one of my goals as a human on this earth. Absolutely. Yeah. So if it's when it works, I'm like, hell yeah. But I'm also just a person. Sometimes I'm selfish. Sometimes I don't want to do anything with anybody else. But luckily for me, those moments are fewer and fleeting. Like, and I more want to have people around these days. So that's nice.
Let's talk about your career as a YouTuber, okay? Because it's hey man, you came in where not many people are doing it. Now everybody are doing it. But now I feel like everyone's doing it, but then they've fallen off. Like no one's really staying consistent. I mean, some people are, no disrespect, but I do see people super gung-ho in the beginning. They don't really get the results they expect to see. And then just now it's like going from once a week to once every 3 weeks to once every 2 months, right?
That can happen.
It happens regardless. But let me ask you this. What kind of push were you having or setbacks were you having in the beginning of you starting your YouTube channel? Like, what was it like for you? Like, did you have a lot of setbacks in the beginning? Did everything just kind of come at once? Like, how did really things pick up for you as you were putting stuff out on YouTube?
It's been a slow growth, which that you don't have as much of a choice over in YouTube, but it's been kind of like a steady thing. And a good buddy of mine, that I need to talk to said one time, he's like, it's all
Who's
slow
your buddy?
and steady. Enrico Spadoni.
Oh, that's a sick name. I'm glad I asked.
Yeah, maybe he'll be at the Super Show. Maybe get to meet him. He's a big, lovable teddy bear of a man who will savagely defend his people. And he's an aspiring photographer now. He decided I wanted to pick up I met him at Jay's place back in the day, and he was like, I want to be a photographer. And now he's actually a photographer. So that's pretty awesome. But yeah, so it was just slow. It was, I feel like it was at the right pace to where I can handle it. I mean, people like to say like God or the universe won't throw anything at you that you can't handle. And maybe that's what it is. That's what I could handle. Because I didn't like getting negative comments in the beginning. I was like, dude, that sucks. That hurt my feelings. You're an asshole. And I tried to play with it as much as I could. I actually successfully did sometimes. Just came back with, listen, man, blah, 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 blah. And like actually people that I've still never met, like it went from what could potentially just be somebody who just blew off and was like, screw you. Now I've got a friend in Scotland who it's like, you ever come out here? We're hanging out. Take care of you. I'll just stay here at the place. That's not how people from Scotland talk. I don't know why I'm talking like that.
It sounds more like Alabama or something. I don't know.
One time I was in the UK and I met some folks from Somalia that were born and raised in the UK. It was interesting. Like they're Somalian, but they were, like British. And they wanted me to do a Southern accent. And for whatever goddamn reason, I couldn't pull it out of my ass on the spot in that moment. And I just was like, what in tarnation? I know how to do this, but the pressure is on. I'm in a different country. And like, I just can't do it. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. I just trying. And I couldn't do it. Even everybody with me, like all the other Americans, that were like, what is that? I was like, I don't know. It's not working.
That's very not John Wayne. That's funny, man. Hey, dude, I'll tell you what, man. What's whole international support too. Like, I'm not trying to say I'm fucking the Beatles or anything, but like just getting people who support you from like a different country, like UK, Canada, like fucking man, Germany. It's just amazing, bro. Like, the biggest debt I would always owe to this industry is just the connections it's bringing me in. People I would never ever meet or probably have the desire to meet if it wasn't for these animals. The
internet has made it a smaller world, and it
is. And that's crazy too, bro. Because here's another thing, right? So, we were just talking about Barczyk, and we know the kind of hate Barczyk got, and probably still gets, but it's real minimal compared to all the love now. His love is so much overshadowing the hate he gets now. But anyways, there was a point where the hate was big for him, right? But like he would say like how one of the biggest reasons he just can't stand to go to shows is because as much as the shit that he's gotten, he doesn't forget a lot of it. You know what I mean? So he told me the last show he went to, he was walking, just fucking saying hi to people. And one guy came up, probably giving him the most fucking reach arounds. Like I'm talking about giving him so much props. And Brian was like, what was your name again? And the guy said his name, and Brian literally was about, Brian's not confrontational, but he in his head wanted to so bad to pull up some screenshots of this guy saying the most terrible things about him on the internet. You know what I mean?
Are you saying no, not at a recent show. You're talking about some years ago. He didn't go to Schaumburg.
No, he did not go to Schaumburg.
Okay.
This is an example because I want Brian to come to a show super bad.
Oh yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about too.
Yeah, it's like I miss like you know what I mean. Like okay, Schaumburg could have been better, yes, if Kusco was there 100%, if Miguel was there 100%, if there was a lot of West Coast people that could have showed, that would have been great. But Tinley's around the corner. But let's just say if Brian were to show up. To me, I feel like that would have been such a fucking huge impact on that whole show.
Oh, I talk with Brian about it all the time about going to a show, and he's been on the fence for a while.
I just know it's a game changer. I feel like with shows being as popular as they are now and how many people who are new in this game and fuck with Brian Barczyk, to know that he is going to go to a show, that's going to fucking sell out a fucking location. I feel personally, we'll see. But, he says Tinley looks good. We'll see. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. And I totally get it. Like, that's a bigger level of like going to a place where you don't know who like absolutely like hates you there. And that happened at the last show he went to, where I'm sure you know about what, like it was a mom and a kid or something took a picture with him.
Oh yeah.
Then later, like we're posting about like how much they hated him, and he was just like, dude, what do you do with that? What do you do with that? Like, how do you go to a show with any kind of good like feel? Like, obviously, I feel like, I don't know. I've never had to deal with something quite like that, where like it may not that type of thing. Like there's been things where people had misconceptions, like they saw me at the show and they didn't actually talk to me, and then they had left horrible comments later. I was like, wait, hold on. I ended up squashing it with those people because I was like, hold on a second, what's your fucking phone number? Let's talk about this. What do you think you saw? But
anyways, but yeah,
my point is, I can understand why he's hesitant to go to the shows. I can sympathize with that. And I know he's been real close to like actually like
it's gonna happen.
Going. And I think you're right that it would be very good for the show. It's gonna happen. That it absolutely would.
It's gonna happen. I wish a motherfucker would try, because I'm gonna be right there. Kusko will be right there.
And he knows that we're there to support him,
guy, bro. Like I wish, please, like, dude, Brian. No one has the balls. They see Brian in person, they're gonna fucking fold at the knees, fucking, be like, oh my god. It's
yeah, but that's not the thing for him. It's the thing like with the mom and kid who
obviously
act like they.
I would say so.
That's tough thing. I don't understand. I don't know how you get around that, because it's like a mom and kid. It's like.
But I'll tell you what, the kid's 14, and a lot of these fucking toxic little motherfuckers were teenagers. They were young kids. And last time I checked, a little bitch ass 14-year-old kid could tell a mom what to do. I'm sure the mom just was like, okay, Connor, no problem. Let's do this. And he, I guarantee he was the 14-year-old kid. He was a part of some hate group and he was doing what he can. You want to know why? Check this out. This is boom. Great example. So, we were talking earlier how toxic people being a part of the Patreon and, removing them and stuff like that. Right. So I actually had somebody, I had somebody, I'm not, no names or anything, but I had somebody who was younger, a part of the Patreon page. And then apparently, some mess was being said, like about me in another Discord. I was being called homophobic and all this stuff. Like, and I couldn't believe it. You know what I mean? And luckily, like I said,
it was transphobic, bro. And how dare you?
Nah, I don't give a fuck. Sorry. You can do what you want. I don't care what bathroom you go in. Don't bother me. But what I'm saying is, bro, like, all this fucking Kusco, all this stuff, bro, like was like being spewed and like being fucking brought up with kids, bro, like young little fucking kids, like, and we're grown men. So it's like at the end of the day, like, what are you gonna do? All you do is disconnect it. That's all you do. You don't make a mess out of it. You disconnect. And I'm glad you gave your example on how you disconnect with toxic people, because I just wanted to see how you did it. I did it that way as well. No big deal. It's no problem.
And the thing is, like, I try to always like give people like a second chance. If when it comes to things like that, like any kind of things, like we're all human. We're all going through different things, and sometimes somebody messes up, and I believe in second chances, and I do know that, and sometimes maybe even a third, but I know that the third is all on me at that point. It's like, if you fool me once.
I mean, I don't do chances. I mean, and maybe that's probably a part of me growing up. I'm still growing up, guys. Trust me. There's a lot of growing up MJ needs to do, but like there's only like, I mean, I guess there's a fine line of first chances. You know what I mean? And if I have some sort of, people fuck up, right?
Yeah, people fuck up. It happens. Right. I mean, remember you kicked me out of that Zoom call? I was like,
Hey!
I was like, you know what? This guy can.
Why you got to bring up old shit?
I'm giving examples of where giving somebody a second chance can be a good thing, MJ.
Listen, for one thing, I was trying to mute you, and it kicked you out. I did not mean to do that. And why are you talking about this live? I'm embarrassed now.
I asked you at the beginning if there's anything we can't talk about. You said we could talk about everything here. This is America. Don't tread on my rights to freedom of speech. Transphobic people can.
Oh my god, yeah, for sure. I went
shit in the wrong bathroom.
Okay, so we can bring that up to you. I don't mind, because I've come a long way since then.
I think that you're definitely a work in progress, but I think you're making work and you're progressing. So and we all are. We're all at different levels. That's my point. Is like, you don't know exactly what somebody else is going through. You can't expect somebody to be taking any situation the same way that you see it and take it. That's ridiculous. Like that's
how many chances can you give to somebody you really don't have a relationship with, though? That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, like what I'm saying is probably the reason why you fuck with me so hard, Kusko, is because you know me. Like, and if I happen to go old school MJ, you're like, all right, here we go, MJ. You know what I mean? But like, let's just say if you just knew old school MJ and didn't know me, you probably wouldn't fuck with me. Let's be honest.
I mean, it might be maybe later down the road. I had a perfect example. I just saw a bunch of people that I haven't seen in a long time from my hometown. Right. Like I was at a wake, like I said, for a buddy who he like relapsed, and he's like younger than me, and like his dad was there, and it's like brutal. And right before that, like a couple weeks before that, I found out that a buddy of mine who has an 8-year-old daughter got in a knife fight and is dead now. And I'm just like, what and why? Like what takes you? How do you? And so my mission is always like, how can we not have how can we not do that? How can we like talk this out and not have that happen? You know what I mean? Because like, why would you? It's maybe because I had plenty of those examples growing up to see from like, and not have to go through them 100% myself and be able to like see that as like, it can be so bad. Things can get so horrible in the world of people, and it's all about what you make with your life and what you're doing. Like you have 100% control of that. Like even somebody's out of their mind, like you can potentially get help. Like it's an extreme case when you can't like. I think like, and this is one of my pointers though, with like giving second chances to other people, and like maybe everybody else doesn't understand how to just make peace within their own head with themselves and be like, I just need to like learn how to communicate better maybe. And we don't need to fucking have a knife fight and leave somebody without a dad, you know? Like we don't need to do that. But everybody doesn't get it all the time. And I've had moments where I felt like I was hot off the handle, flying hot, and like it's a dangerous thing. Like anything could happen, and it could be a split second decision in that moment of heat that just changes lives, the course of lives.
Yeah.
And I try my hardest to keep that perspective in everything I do. I fail at it constantly, but I try my hardest to do that and live like that, and live that every moment is precious, every moment matters. Every little tiny piece of time on this earth is like a blessed gift that you were given from God or whatever the hell you believe in. And if you're not making the best of it, then you're fucking up royally. So you gotta do that.
I can't really believe how I was not aware on how fucking miserable I was living my life, being so angry and confrontational, and like it was just something that was just a part of my everyday livelihood that I just didn't see it until now. You know what I mean? And you know, and it started with that. You know, started with my wife. Love my wife Lily, but she calmed me down, and the animals. And I just was continuously looking for things to just mellow me the fuck out. The microdosing, super effective. I'm telling you right now, man. My biggest thing the problem I have is road rage, man. Like I have a problem with people cutting me off. People like, you know, like just doing, because you see people in a hurry running stop signs all the time. And a lot of that shit, like I act like, dude, you could kill somebody type of thing, right? But it's still going to happen no matter how mad you get, right? So I don't know what it is, man, but anytime I'm microdosing, I'm just like, go ahead, sir. I have no problem. Run that red light. You know, God bless you. Be safe. Like that's my mentality now. And it's just like, I'm looking and seeking for things just to be more like, I can't control things like that. I can't control how somebody drives on the road. So why should I let that fucking affect me so much, or at least get me to the point where I want to go fight them? You know, that's the kind of shit I was going through, you know, but there's just so many things that you need to learn as a human and start finding. If you don't want to be this way, you need to start reaching for things that don't make you feel the way you don't want to feel. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. Striving to do better. I mean,
day by day.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to hear about that, man. And honestly, I just, you know, I got news from a good buddy of mine who brought one of his best friends down. We went to go eat Mexican food. I showed him the beach, and this is like a month ago, bro. And you know, and then one of his buddies that I just met took his own life. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like this guy, like, you know, I never saw, you know, I don't know him, but the guy seemed fine, you know, and it's just like, yeah, it's just fucked up, you know. And I just feel like there's bits of evil that could happen anywhere at any time. And you know, some of it, you know, I'm a believer of God. I believe God a lot. I was just raised that way. I believe in God. I pray to God all the time. And I just feel like he has a ticket on each and every single one of us. Like there's a time that he's going to come and just take us away from this rented life that we have. This shit's rented. We don't own this shit, man. Like this, we're only here for a certain while, and meeting people like Kusco and other people who are teaching me empathy and how to just fucking just be happier. Like I want to leave this place happy. I don't want to leave this place miserable, Brian. I don't at all. I lived most of my life miserable, even though I made my own life miserable, but still, like, I do not want to go out miserable, bro. Like I'm so passionate about that. It's ridiculous.
If you can learn to see God in everyone you meet, it's a big help in the right direction of like trying to figure it all out. Like if you can learn to seek that out in anybody, like in the world of people. I mean, you can find it in nature. Absolutely. Like that's my easiest place. If I go out there, it's like, just walking with it, just immersed with my daughter next to me, holding hands. It's like I'm literally walking with God in that moment, just like down the trail. And if you can find that in everyone you meet, because it's somewhere as buried as it can be in some people, it's there somewhere, even if it's been buried under a pile of disgusting mulch. It's somewhere in there, and if you can find it, it just makes everything so much better.
Yeah, man, 100%. Now, I want to talk about some of the things you're looking forward to going in 2022, right? You know, because obviously 2020 COVID, 2021 pretty COVID, right? But now we're like I said, no mask. You know, we're going into like the shows where, you know, things are happening. Hopefully, you know, September Anaheim show happens. But where's your heart at with this? Do you think we're going in the right directions? Like
John, Luke, you guys are amazing. You guys are everybody in the chat's amazing. Let's shout out to everybody in the chat. Dude, everybody's cool. 2022. John I picked up a snake for me today. I dropped it off.
John, which one?
Yesterday.
Richie? John.
Well, why is it scale? Elite Exotics BP.
Oh, cool. Right here.
Yeah.
Cool.
John's cool, man.
What up, John?
John's been cool since the first time I've ever seen him comment on things or met him in person, like all of it. And that's true of so many people. It's so great. It's so fantastic, like to be able to meet so many of these folks and just like this is awesome. This is great. I'm so glad we're doing this. And 2022, I think is just going to be building on all that's been built so far. We're just gonna make it better and better. Whether it's people making better products like Ryan and them are, like Ryan and Erica, or you know, coming out with this new line of stuff. It seems to be pretty groundbreaking. Excited for them doing that. With Brian building 3.0 and like making that an even a bigger thing. The show's getting bigger and more people coming and more money being raised for US Ark, and enlightening people's minds towards reptiles and everything, but especially in our community towards reptiles, and helping people understand and people that are in reptiles, like the people that already do understand and love reptiles, how to like do it a little better so that it works better for everybody.
I might mute myself. I don't know how this is going to feel. This looks really intense.
Oh, I want to hear whatever's going to happen. Why are you going to mute yourself?
I just don't want to. Lily gets concerned sometimes too.
That's 2022. I mean, that's I only plan. I barely, dude. I try to keep myself open for things like we get to hang out tonight. If I had planned everything out, I wouldn't be able to do spur of the moment stuff. So I try to keep my plans semi loose. And then if something seems extremely awesome, like I think maybe going to Costa Rica in the middle of November, go check out Quetzal Dyer's place. That's going to be phenomenal.
Is that set, or what do you got?
I don't have flights. I was maybe thinking about bringing the family. You know, maybe we'll see how it all kind of rolls about. Depends on what Hillary wants to do. It seems like Costa Rica was, because I'd love to bring the family to a lot more things, but like Hillary's idea of taking a vacation is not going to Chicago. She's like, no, I'm going to Hawaii, not Chicago. Thanks. So that's one potential plan. That's even before 2022. And what was the question?
I just said, well, I mean,
your crystals there reminded me of this thing. Have you seen these Canagars?
Yes, I have.
Oh, dude,
those are intense.
I want one so badly.
I just had one. Shout out to Abe's Exotics. He gave me a sick ass, like, he's like, hey, yeah, man, anyone who comes into town, I go to my local dispensary and I fucking I don't go to enough dispensary. I don't really, you know, I've been big into the whiskey stuff, but I really want a Canagar. I haven't put, like, I could probably get one by now if I really put the effort into it, but I think about it. I look at them, I go, they're expensive though. You know, it's much more than a regular cigar. So that's where I've kind of have been on the fence. But dude, the one, have you seen the one that I think was it 2 Chainz? He has some channel where it's like, it was on a channel I saw him. These guys were promoting them. And right. This one they have the one that's like gold plated. They got a picture of Tyson like chiefing down the gold plated one. It's like edible gold or something. Epically, just ridiculous, extravagant, and just ridiculous. But there's this one that was like the pinnacle of them, and it had like all these different designs in it, and there was this THCA crystal that sat like every
half inch down the top of it, sitting on top of it, like as you burn it, it'll like melt down as you go further down. I really, that needs to happen at some point, like not too far in the future. That's 2022 Canagar. I don't need the THCA crystal one because I think it was like thousands of dollars for this thing. And I was like, no, that's not happening for me in 2022. But a Canagar. That's what I'm excited about for 2022. How about that?
Canagar. Yeah, this is exactly what I just had. I had this on the weekend. I mean, I'm 100%. It wasn't no $1,000 one. I mean,
no, I think the least expensive one is like $99 or something like that, because it's like a quarter ounce or something. So yeah, and then they put in the time to like make it, and like it's all with cannabis leaves. It's like it just looks beautiful because I love puffing on cigars. I would love to puff on one of those things. Oh my goodness.
I know you're a cigar guy, so I mean, are we talking about these right here?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah.
There.
That looks like it. Sure, looks just much like it. Oh, if we're doing this, dude, go to the Canagar site. Go to go to the actual like official. It's a brand, I believe. Canagar is a brand. If you go to the website, I just want to show you the one I'm talking about, just so you can look at it. Everybody else can.
Are you sure there's a website? Oh,
Lyra, there it is. Lyra, the LEIRA. That's the company.
Where?
It's just at the top. Go back to the top. They're like, I mean, these guys are
right here?
Yeah, there you go. And if you scroll down, I mean, you'll see.
Oh yeah.
You'll see Tyson puffing on the gold one. I mean, just look at these things.
Yeah,
dude. They're little works of art.
All right,
what they are.
The art.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
See how they do with the curing? That's just like a cigar, but with cannabis, it's like about 10. Look at the 24 karat gold Tyson smoking. Tyson is the man, dude.
The one he's smoking on is $1,000.
I think something like that, yeah. But keep going.
Hold on, I gotta go top. I think I gotta look at products. Hold on.
Maybe.
All right, Canagars.
Yeah, that would make sense.
There we go. All right, here we go.
Look at those things. Man.
Yeah, I've had this one for sure.
You had the Lyra one, that brand even, huh?
Yep. So this is $100.
So that's what I'm saying. The baseline is about $100. It makes sense. I think it was like close to 7 grams or something.
And there's 5 grams. No, there's 5 grams of that.
Okay. So you got to think about the work that goes into it, and then
it says flight time. You're high for about 45 minutes.
You mean it burns for 45 minutes?
Maybe flight time. So maybe it burns for 30, 45 minutes.
That's what I think with flight.
I was like, dude, that's a short time to be blazed. I'm trying to be high for fucking hours. You know what I mean? Like I want to be stupid high.
We once rolled one of the papers out of the back of the Cheech and Chong album, filled it up with like a QP. It was amazing.
It was a 3.0.
Like 3.5 hours. Keep going. The one
3.0. This is 120 right here. So this is a 3.0, 120. There's 4 grams. That's a 4 gram banger. Look at this one. So this is a 12 gram. So this has 12 grams in it. This is $420. Damn.
Of course, it's $420.
Half ounce, bro. Not even a half ounce, and it's $420. That is crazy.
Well, what's going on with it that's making it that?
I don't know. That's a lot. That's crazy. Because look, it says right here, flour, 12 grams.
Oh,
and there's only a half ounce
extra long or something. That's not even a half. I don't know, dude.
Bro. And here's the gold one. Is this the gold one? Oh yeah, gold leaf wrapped Canagar. So this is 12 grams, $1,000. So what the fuck are you spending so much more money on? Literally,
that's the gold. It's 24 karat gold.
Are you smoking gold? Does it get you more high?
It's edible gold. I don't know. I've never had one. I don't know what happens. Like imagine it just like falls off like ash. It's just to be super flashy. It's to be. You didn't get to the one though. There's the one we like got like.
I thought that was it.
That was like the opposite of just the tip. That was like everything but what.
Hold on.
Please. There's the one. It's the one.
Everything, bro. That's
no,
everything.
It's not.
All right. So now where do you want me to go? Let's go to the top. Where do you want me to go now? Media, blog, location. Where do you want now?
Did they sell out of them? What is going on?
This is everything, bro.
No. You're not allowed to play a YouTube. Really? There's not like a page 2?
I mean, there's a page, but I'm just letting you know this is all they have available for sale.
Well, you win some, you lose some. I'll scroll down again to the bottom of the homepage. Is it? I can't. I'm using my. That's the one downside of using your phone as the cameras that now I can't just I have a computer right in front of me. What am I doing?
I'm guessing this is the 12-gram one. This is 12 grams.
Yeah,
right?
but the one that maybe it was only featured on that YouTube video. Maybe they're not selling it on their freaking website because they want people to know they're selling a freaking Canagar for $35,000 or something stupid like that. And we don't want to, turn off. We want to make people feel included, and not just people that can afford $35,000 for a cigar. Maybe that's why they're not putting it up there. Maybe like, hold on, this is bad. So there's a video. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I am legitimately excited about it. So there's that.
Sorry, guys. I'm talking about weed too much.
So let's see.
I have to investigate. You know what I mean? If it's something I got to investigate,
it's a little down below it. So what I'm looking at, if you're on the home page, you scroll all the way down to the bottom. There's a video with 2 chains, and it's in that video where you see the.
I'm not pulling up that video.
Okay, it's probably a good idea. Probably a good idea not to. I mean,
wearing like a fucking hand, like I can't even say the word.
Let's move on. Not everybody gets it, dude. Not everybody gets it.
We get it. We're potheads. Potheads get it. But anyways, I'm not gonna spend no $1,000 on a fucking 12-gram fucking blunt. That is so.
What kind of pothead are you, dude?
When did you become a pothead, Brian? When did that
14.
14 for sure.
For sure.
And who got you high for the first time?
Well, that's a good question. I would say myself, because the first 7 it was actually like the 8th time that I smoked that I finally did actually get high. The other times I didn't know that I wasn't getting high. I was just like, is this like what it is? This is what we're doing. But it was a buddy on the football team in freshman football. And it's legal now. We can just Alvin Horn. That dude hit me hard too. I was the smallest, like I was like the lightest person in freshman football. And that dude was like Emmitt Smith. He freaking just laid me out one time. I was like, oh, that was the first time I felt like what it actually felt like to get cracked in football. I was like, oh my God, that hurt.
That hurt. Getting rock sucks.
Yeah, but it took to time 8, and it was my first time smoking a bong, and it was also my first time taking a shot of hard liquor. That's what it took. It was the 8th time bong hit. Shot of permafrost. It was Yukon Jack, the nasty like peppermint schnapps type stuff, and that's what it did. At that point, there was no doubt. I was like, woo! Like running around the field out in the back part. Probably very similar to like the karate kick stuff you were witnessing in the back of bar checks, like that. Climbing trees,
off
like
the wall, literally. Off the wall.
Yeah, I was climbing. I climbed a tree, ran around the field. Yeah, I was going. That was epic. It was a long time ago.
I don't think I've ever really asked you, but like, did you ever have like intentions of working with animals as like a full-time thing when you were younger, or like at what point did that click into your head?
I still don't know what I'm doing. No, I don't work with them full time. I do so many other things. Like they're a huge part now of life. Obviously, right. They have to be because they're living. So that's that thing. That's that thing that sets this hobby apart from all other types of hobbies. D&D, guns, like whatever people are into as a hobby. Keeping live animals as a hobby sets it in a different level than anything else that people do for a hobby, because there are living organisms that rely on you. They're not just Pokemon cards, you know what I mean? And that's where that's where there's a lot of legitimate angst from some folks that I feel burning life with people like, it's not just fun and games. It's not just like come in and buy some trading cards type of thing, which that mentality can creep in, and it's not too bad to a certain point. There's a point where it goes over from, doing the breeding and selling animals and to where it can turn to the evil side of life, Right. And so it's a delicate thing to watch. So I take it fairly seriously, I don't do it full time per se, I would say. And I never had the desire, because it's a big responsibility. Like, does anybody really want that amount of responsibility? Like, maybe some people feel like they need it. Like, a sense of responsibility gives you purpose in the world. Like, you have a purpose. Like, you are responsible for other lives. That can give you a pretty deep sense of purpose. And I feel like maybe that's what a lot of people do it for. And like, this gives me, I have purpose. I'm here to make sure these animals are good and that they work, and maybe make other people realize this is awesome. And I'm not answering your question, but there was no point where I was like, where it like clicked with me, like I want to work. I had my first pet snake when I was 4. I knew I always loved snakes. You know, like I don't even have a dog right now. I haven't had a dog since my last dogs passed away, you know, from when I was like in my 20s and stuff, because
I'm not ready for that.
yeah, because it's brutal. We're getting close to it. We're getting real close to being ready for it. I had a buddy visiting, and they had a little puppy with him, and then like literally a week after they left, they said the puppy got hit by a car. Yeah,
hit by a car.
I was like, oh no, that's not helping my mission to get back into getting a dog, because it's such a lovable little dog, dude. Oh man, yeah, it's tough. It's a rough thing. I never hit a point where I was like, now I'm gonna decide to do this. I just always into snakes, and I just kind of fell into it. Honestly, there wasn't like a moment where I made it, except for with the queen, like we were talking about earlier, like the decision to start breeding. I was like, well, this is like taking my childhood love for snakes and making it like an adult thing that I remember. I've said this plenty of times. I'm probably a broken record on this one, but I used to think it was like scientists breed snakes. I remember looking at pictures of snake eggs in books when I was a kid, and I was like, that's like for people like scientists that do stuff like that. Like that's not average human stuff. You don't just like wake up one morning and decide I'm going to do that. At least, you know, this is my little kid mind thinking this stuff. But no. Again, to answer your question in 100 different funny ways, there was never a moment where I decided, except for the queen.
The queen. That was the indicator, obviously, in your eyes. You feel like
I'm potentially having way too much fun here.
That's fine. We're not even done. Let's keep rolling.
No, it's fine. Good.
Guess what? The likes are up, baby. Fuck, baby. We're over like over 100% at this point. You know, I think because we started talking about weed, some people fell off, but no big deal. We're back talking about snakes now because I have other topics I want to talk about.
This is your show. Drive it, bro. Drive it.
If we could go back to the YouTube thing real quick, okay? Because what do you have to say to people out there who's legitimately looking to make money off YouTube?
Good luck and good health, and I wish you the best. It's a lot of hard work, and it might not turn out the way you think it's going to. And it might take a lot longer. It might never happen. You have to go into it expecting that might be the case. But assume that somebody is doing that because it's something that they want to enjoy doing and have fun, and have that be something that works. And why else would you do it, right?
Right.
So you have to expect that it might not go exactly the way you plan that it's going to go. You can't. Excuse me. It's more about just getting yourself in front of people, and the more you're honest with yourself and what you're doing, the happier you'll be. And that to me is the goal. Like if you're just out there to make money, I can't help you because that's not where I'm at. Like for me, money is just something that like helps things happen. And I know that it is important in the world of adults, but I don't like money like that. Like there's been times in my life when I had plenty of money, and I'd like to think I was a little misguided, you know, in that sense. I had plenty of fun with it. It allows you to do things, you know, some that are fun. Sure. But if that's like your goal, that's not, I can't help you with that, because you have to ask somebody else because there's people out there that are very good at it, and that's their goal. And that makes them like, there's some people that it does legitimately make happy. Like, I think it seems to, you know, where they get to this point and they're like, and if you're doing that through YouTube, you can't go into YouTube. That's my point, is you can't go into YouTube and think, I want to do this and I'm going to make money doing it, and that be your drive. Well, you can, but your chance for failure, your chance to not achieve success is higher, I think, because it's such a volatile way to potentially make money. And I think the way that you really can do it is if you're doing something you really like, and it's obvious to anybody watching your channel that this person really likes what they're doing, and that's contagious. People want to be around energy like that, where it's like, this guy is clearly enjoying himself. How can I enjoy myself too? I want to be in on what he's doing, and that is something that can actually spurn and support, financial support, because if you're attracting people that like something, and you have a brand or something that is involved with that, because the money from YouTube, the super chats, the view payments, you know, the CPM, you know, pays per view from the advertising, like there can be big money in that, but it's so volatile. It can be gone. So like you can't, if you rely on that, it's just, anybody who knows anything about making money on YouTube knows that that's not the end all be all. Like you can't rely on something like that. So if you're doing something you like and you're enjoying it, and people see that and they want to be around that, and it attracts advertisers with, hopefully, you know, in my case, I'll call it luck. I'll call it blessed. I'll call it like just where I'm ending up where I'm supposed to be with Freedom Breeder, because those guys are like, I mean, we just chill. It's just there's no trying there. I don't go there to the shop and feel like, oh, I gotta go here. Like it's part of my time in my life. I'm like, this is family too, and we're hanging out, and like we're honest, open communication. And I was touting their products way before the idea of a sponsorship ever came into play, like way before. Talking about how much I enjoyed like going to the place and meeting Lindy and like just what cool people they were. Like that, I was saying that way before this stuff came, like years before. And so that just eventually came around, and it's going great. It's fantastic. It's all just from just being honest with myself and what I wanted to do. And then things just tend to line up like that. It's just kind of the way the universe works. That's that thing I was talking about earlier about recognizing God in other people, just recognizing what you want and what really makes you happy. And it's not something that's easy to figure out necessarily. It's easy to say, but like in the world that we live in today, where there are these endless distractions and you can have this total mindset and all these different narratives that are out there for you to just pick up and roll on if you're a small-minded or weak-minded individual, and just let other people's narratives rule your life. It's easy to fall into that because they set out these little rules like, oh, you can do this, and if you follow along with this, then you just do that, and it's set. See the path there.
Right.
It's a lot harder to like, no, I want to make my own. I want to do what I want to do. I don't want to follow what everybody else is doing. And there, you're going to at some point. I'm somebody else. You get inspired. I feel it's like that art imitates art, or art imitates life, or life imitates art, and that whole spiral of you see somebody. Music is a perfect example. Like all musicians that are good today looked to musicians that came before them that inspired them. Like that's badass. I want to do it like that. And then you find a way to make it your own little thing. And you take inspiration from the things that inspire you, internalize them, churn it around in your little own personal brain that is different from everybody else's, unless you fall into one of those narratives where like, no, this is your path. Like that.
You're like my Brad from Sublime.
Sublime
You're welcome.
Was a bit like, I always just love that music.
That was my idol, the singer. And like now we're talking podcasts because you're my first artist of podcasting, and then now me. Never mind. Fuck.
Oh, you said I was your Brad to Sublime? Is that what you said? Where did he go? He left. He just walked away. I think he felt like I didn't get what he was saying. Or maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't quite hear what it was he said. Did you just say that like I was? Did you just compare me to Bradley from Sublime? Is that what you just did?
You were referring to artists who they are inspired by previous artists, like the originators, right?
Yeah, and like Bradley was inspired by all the reggae artists and like probably a little Hendrix and stuff like that. Like, what were you saying though? Did you compare me to Bradley from Sublime? I'm just asking.
No,
you can say no.
I'm never mind.
I was just gonna take it as one hell of a compliment. That's
one
all.
hell of a compliment, because you're saying that artists look up to other artists. I'm saying from one artist to another artist. Does that make sense?
But plural artists is just artists, by the way.
Is there two S's or one S in artists?
There's two S's, but one is before the T and the other one's after. So
we're saying artists is
just artists.
Oh,
I'm just fucking with you, bro. Say it however you want. I know what you're saying. I'm a smart ass sometimes. There's nothing that you can do to breed that out of me.
I'm gonna take another dab. By the way, thank you, Banana Bread. This MPX melting point extract is really good. I'm gonna try this other stuff that looks gold. Thank you.
I like the BB. I like the grill. I think you're right. The Donkey Kong. Like there's a full on Donkey Kong. I especially like the Donkey Kong from like the Mario Kart N64, the N64.
Dude,
Mario
N64
Kart
Mario Kart's by far still to this day one of the funnest games you could ever get your hands on, with that nostalgic kind of feeling of like, Super Mario Brothers 3 too, and
GoldenEye 007.
Oh my God, GoldenEye. Hey, do you ever do you ever feel like, damn it, I wish I had a game console, but you'll never use it because I'll get too far?
My buddy Matt, that I filmed the Whiskey Wimps episode with, he was up here. He brought one, an N64 thing. We didn't actually bust it out because we were too busy
Too busy. It's funny how that happens. Like I used to, me and my wife haven't been there in a while, but we used to always go to the swap meet, like this big swap meet in Point Loma, and they always have like all-in-one consoles of like fucking thousands of games in it, right? And I'm like, I just picture myself getting so stoned, just playing every game. But like, I know eventually that's just going to be tucked away. Like, just like when the PS5 came out, I was about to drop mad builds on the PS5, but I was like scratching my head. I was like, are you really like a game? Are you? And I'm like, dude, you're not. So I always I'm all about it. And then I convince myself not to do it because I did grow up off of it. Like I did play video games growing up. You know what I mean?
I had the original NES system for the longest time, even in my apartment that I had when I was in my 20s. And then like I had this dumb friend that I sublet from him, and he like took a bunch of stuff from the house. We had to go to his house and like take stuff back, like walk in his door and take all the stuff back. But the NES never turned up, and I was like, God, fucking love it. Anyway, I'm still bitter about it, just a little bit. I forgive you, Carl, but God damn it, fucking dick.
Since we're talking about game consoles, what is your all-time favorite game console? Would it be 64?
I mean, I have a lot of fun with the Wii with the kids sometimes. Like I play them Mario Kart on the Wii, and then, like playing the tennis and baseball stuff every now and then. You know, when they've been good and everything's clean, and they haven't been talking back to mommy, and daddy's in a good mood. And even then, I don't show any mercy. I promise you that. I'm so competitive. I do not let my kids win at anything. They have beat me at Mario Kart before, which I'm like, damn, you go, you got it. But nobody, Hillary tries to get me to, she'd be like, can you just like let him win just a little bit? And I'm like, I could, I don't want to. It's not good for, like, I justify it by saying it's not good for them, you know? It's not good for them to just think that everything's easy. Oh, you can win. Oh, you can win. No, you have to try. You got to try. You got to try. You got to try. It's going to be hard. You're going to cry. You're going to fall. It's going to hurt. And it'll eventually be okay. And you'll win every now and then. It'll be so much better if you won it yourself and nobody gave it to you, right?
Dude, honestly, yeah, my dad just gave me my way too. And you know, I love my pops too. I had a really great childhood growing up, but my dad just always gave me my way. And like it, you know, luck, and I grew up with two sisters, so I was easy to beat them at things. No disrespect to my sisters, but like, you know, it would have been good to have more. And that's why I always had best friends. I always had like an older friend because I loved how I got pushed. Like I like getting pushed. It was weird, you know what I mean? You know, but like I don't blame you for being like that. My kid's gonna learn too, real quick.
Yeah, it's also helpful as a parent. You know, makes it less stressful for me. Like I see, yeah, I love Hillary. Obviously, I mean, I think that she's a wonderful mother. She makes it a little harder for herself at times by being a little too easy on them and letting them go, you know, allowing them to do things because they're whining about it and things like that makes, you know, if you do that, obviously they're going to whine and be like, if I whine, I'm going to get what I want. So he's going to be like, I don't want to hear this whining, which I get, but it just makes it harder, you know, for yourself. And it's maybe good. You know, I try to look at it and think that there's probably a good thing that at least somebody is giving in a little bit and isn't just like, nope. You got to do this first, and then you can do that, if I say you can. If we were both like that, maybe our kids would be highly unbalanced and just little hard little meat nuggets that are going to go out and just like take all that out on them. We're like, no, you can't do that until you do what I said to do. I do try to be soft too, and we talk about our feelings from time to time.
I saw both sides of the soft and the firm when I was staying at your house that one time. And you didn't get too firm because I'll tell you what, man, you just had to say it once and they fucking listened. And this is all three of them, you know what I mean? Even though Leia, you know, she was just, you know, she doesn't do anything wrong. It was more like, you know, the two boys. But I was just like, you know, because they were going from being super hyped up and then like, you know, as soon as that tone switched, you know, it's like their mind switched. And it was just very respectful, man. But I know that's not easy to do. It's like having a dog, not comparing your kids to dogs, but like having a dog not, you know, urinate inside your house because it knows better. Like it's just trained not to, you know, that takes time. It takes like, you got to really care. I just know you truly, genuinely care about your kids. Like the effort I see you put into teaching them about stuff and, you know, just seeing them, they run around the house, you know, it's just, I don't know, man, you're doing it right. And I've already told you this, but I love being around you and your kids because I feel like your kids are really like, you know, not only do they are growing up with big hearts, but they actually love being outside. Like, you know, Eli running around like chaotic. It's like, I love seeing that. I love seeing kids that prefer to be outside versus locked in the room. I mean,
they like to do some iPad. They play like Minecraft with their cousins and stuff. That doesn't happen so much when it's just daddy at home, but they right. do. It's a good thing for them to connect with their cousins sometimes, and they do enjoy doing that. Like they want to do that, but they absolutely get that outside time. I mean, we got rough feet and whatever, run around the side of the hill here in bare feet and just like, you know, getting them getting them calluses falling off the side of the hill, and yeah.
Out of your 3 children, are you seeing the legacy out of any of them really? Like, I mean, or do you see it at all 3? But like, do you see any of them carrying that Triple B TV torch at some point? Like,
I think they're too young for that, man. Noah has been doing a little bit of channel stuff. He has his own channel that he has not uploaded to consistently. You know, like as consistent being every single week. He's put a few videos up.
What kind of videos of what though? Video games?
He's done one where he doesn't do video games. I shouldn't say I wouldn't let him, but I might. I'm like, you can do whatever he wants. You know, it's his channel. I tell you, he did one video where he's like walking around checking out the chickens and showing like how disgusting some of their poop is. He did a couple videos on like reviewing Zilla versus Kong, like giving predictions on what was going to happen in Zilla versus Kong, and stuff like that. But he edits himself. I taught him how to do the cuts, and like, this is how you cut stuff out. This is how you put together. This is how you export. This is what you upload. You got to type in your description. I said,
and he does it.
And yeah, not like I said, not consistently, but
but he knows.
Yeah, he knows. He's a kid. He's doing it. He's playing baseball. He's out there doing kid stuff, and I wouldn't want him. Honestly, I'd probably be a little bit worried if he was all obsessed about his YouTube channel. I'd be like, oh, I don't know if that's healthy.
Yeah. I was gonna say, because I mean, you see some kids that are like, I mean, like the Ryan's World, right? Like, think about that. Like, god damn, that kid's channel is fucking humongous, and he puts it out like clockwork. But do you think he's living a happy life? Do you think he's cool? Or, I mean, I don't know. I hope he is.
Only one person can answer that question, man.
God. Or his mom. I don't know.
The person themselves. I would say, you know.
I just hope he knows other things than to be Ryan's World, you know, like hopefully he knows to just, you know, like he's, you know, Ryan's World is, you know, I don't know. It must be tough. I don't know.
It can be. I mean, it's all perspective. Like, anything can be tough. Like, you know what's tough is like having to carry water from the river so that you can drink every day, and
with one arm.
Yeah, I mean, it
happens.
Tough is relative. You know,
bro, there's motherfuckers who be taking trips with gallons of water on each arm or one arm, doesn't matter, and there's one on their head balancing, bro.
Yeah. And some of those folks are some of the happiest people on the planet. Sometimes they're just enjoying that simple life,
their life,
getting the stuff that they need to survive, and just being with the people in their village, and some of the happiest people on the planet, man. Some of the least amount of mental anguish and mental health problems in the world. People that are living that simple life, man.
I'm not going to compare shoveling white hard shit out of the corner of an enclosure to someone carrying buckets of water to their hut, but fuck, dude, I would do it for a living all day, every day. I just, because to me, you know, some people are like, dude, you do all this, but to me it's not a lot of work. I'm like, I want more, you know. But like, I get what you're saying with that whole water thing, because that's just the life. Like, I guarantee they don't have any drama. Maybe they do have drama. There's drama everywhere. I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm just saying that, like, you know, less is probably more with them. And, it's, you know, they're probably, you know, even though it's like, wow, that looks tough, inside they're probably happy as fuck.
Yeah, it's finding out what you want, you know, because you can, even in a village type situation, it can get hectic. You know, the same problems can arise within a small community of 30 people that arise out in these huge cities. You know, it's just scalable. I'd say it's scalable. You got dipshits everywhere, and you got people that are trying to make things better. Luckily, I think the amount of dipshits is less than the amount of people trying to make things better. And
right,
we're winning more people to team better out of team dipshit all the time. That's what I like to think. That's my positive take on things.
I know I'm not the only fucking person who's not slow watching this, so I just want to know: is there a dipshit out there who's fucking with you right now? Because normally you're not always talking about dipshits, and you're bringing up dipshits a lot. So can we? Or do you want to get it out? Or
I just know that dipshits are part of life. They come and I say bye. I mean, people tag me in something and try to drag me into some kind of shit. And I'm just like, nah, they're like not doing it. And no, there's nothing to take. I mean, I like to think that I get to pick the dipshits. I do. Like sometimes
can we call him Bob Smith? We call him Bob Smith here. It's okay to call him Bob Smith.
Oh yeah, remember I got Bob Smith Industries down the street here, bro. I'm pretty sure I tagged you in that one time. The Bob Smith Industries is literally like a mile from my house.
Oh no disrespect.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's just funny. I remember when I saw it, I was like, oh, I gotta freaking send that. No, there's nobody. There's always like a little bit of chat or something. But I put out I put out too much good energy. Let's be honest, dude. I put out too much freaking good energy to have to worry about that stuff, man. I'm putting it out like,
and too many people rely. I mean, no offense, bro. People rely on your good energy. They really do. Like, you gotta understand, your Patreon members, people who watch your YouTube channel. Like, there's literally people who rely on that Kusco energy, bro. Especially at a show or something. You know what I mean? But I know that's not hard for you to do. But yeah, man, I feel like your energy is so important, more than it is to focus on somebody who's just not important at all. Like, like dipshit with more like a shit with no S. It's more like a dipshit at that point that's stirring everything. You know what I mean? And really, it's just not worth it for you. I mean, especially where you're at, where, I don't know. I always gain a lot of stuff from you. So you got to understand, for me to hear that you're concerned about somebody, it bothers me a little bit, but it really shouldn't bother you.
I'm concerned about the people that I know doing their best and continuing to do that and get better and I also here's where it is for me. And I've thought about this. I think about this all the time. Thought about it today. It's like, I don't have time to, like, I'm not here to raise everybody up, and I'm also, I'm aware of the fact that potentially in some situations I'm somebody else's dipshit. Like, I'm not ignorant to that possibility. Like, it's a full-on possibility, guaranteed. Like, even my buddy Matt, who does the whiskey channel with me, I'm guaranteed there's a couple times like, Brian, I hate Brian. I just hate him. He's
doubt it.
No, I guaranteed. I give Matt pretty hard. I'm trying to turn him into a man. See, he's like, why are you talking about this, Brian? Please don't. No, I don't have, I don't have time to figure that out for anybody else. Like, I will spend some time. I'll give as much time as I feel I can to help somebody figure out something they're going through where it's causing them to have some kind of issue, where it's making them struggle with the rest of the world of people, like they're having miscommunication problems between each other, and I'll try to figure that out. But I'm busy as shit, and I got kids that I'm trying to teach to do that too. So I feel like I'm pretty good at managing my energy and where it needs to go. Like, I'll put enough energy to people I don't know that I feel is gonna hopefully have a positive effect out there, and then the rest I focus on what really matters to me in the long run.
Dude, I never, I could see it easily now how, with my mentality of being angry and stuff and kind of confrontational, how I could affect other people's good energy. You know what I mean? And I've been cut off by people I loved, back in the day, and it just makes me realize how at some point you just need to protect your energy. Like, you can't control other people from acting out how they want to act, and no matter
it happens. We're all human, bro. It happens to, I snapped at Hillary the other day. We're just leaving the Morro Bay parking lot. I was out there. I was a little frustrated because I was trying to get a nice sunset shot for a buddy that we had this deal. Like, I get this
for the fucking content all the time.
No, it wasn't about content. It was about a still photo that was going to hang, in physical reality, hang somewhere. And but that wasn't the big thing. It was sometimes she, does this little thing where she will point right in front of my face when I'm driving, and she's trying to get me to look at this picture of her and the kids while I'm pulling out of this parking lot, and just snap for a second. I was like, dude, can you just I don't want to run somebody over. Can you just get the phone out of my face? I'll get out of this parking lot, because I also wanted to see the picture of her and the kids, because they were down there playing while I was out there on the mountain. That's probably another part of the frustration. I was trying to out there get a shot, because I was going to trade this photo for this epic microphone that I think is going to just be game-changing audio, because I'm a nutcase with audio. But I snapped from it, and I could have read the rest of the way. I was feeling you shouldn't be shoving a phone on my face when I'm driving through the parking lot. And there's people standing there loading their surfboards up. You shouldn't be doing that. I felt like I was in the right, that I snapped for a minute. It wasn't like I freaking really raised my voice. It was just that tone, that quick, you witness sometimes that tone, just don't do that. Don't. Why
you better not.
Yeah, and then as we were driving,
honestly, though, I would have fucked with Hillary, man. No disrespect, but man.
Well, while I was driving back, I kind of I thought about it. I was like, is this was that really worth? Obviously, it comes from a real place of concern. I don't want to run somebody over in the parking lot. That would be horrible. That's not how we want to end the evening.
And you don't need that right now. Nobody needs
that. But eventually, I could definitely have not snapped, and that's my point. It happens. We all have our moments where we just lose it. And luckily, before we got home, as we're still driving, I just looked over and I was like, I'm sorry that I snapped at you. I shouldn't have done that. I apologize. And she just grabbed my, and the vibe just changed, just flipped instantly. It was that moment I was talking about, like with the fight, with the party of New Year's Eve. It just changed. It went from like there's this tension, this like kind of bubbling anger to like, oh we're good. She grabbed my hand, held my hand, and was like, thanks for saying that, and we're good. We don't need to dwell on the fact that we both played a hand in one or the other losing the patience. It happens.
Players fuck up
all the time, and if you, it's the people that the people that worry me are the ones that are not able to see their own faults and could never in a million years see the fact that they might have done something wrong. Those are the people that worry me. But I try to imagine that if I came across somebody that was actually like that, I could maybe help them see, or that I don't need to spend my time, and that energy can just go fuck itself. And I'll never have to really actually deal with that for a long-term basis. And I'm good enough at this point, almost 40 years old in my life, just be like, don't need that. That's not going to be good for me. Like, I'll give it whatever I think, like, just to recognize that it's just going to be a hole of my energy, and to not just even go there and just let it figure itself out somewhere very, very, very far away from me and everybody I know.
I don't want to take this down more of this depressing route or sad route. It's not sad, it's all talk, but man, this is why having a big family kind of sucks, because as you get older, a lot of this stuff trickles into, people, your closest people. My closest person, like one of the closest people in my life, is just somebody who just will never admit their faults. You know what I mean? And this is coming from somebody who literally till I was 30 till I realized how fucking, oh shit, it's me. You know what I mean? But some people just don't, it just doesn't click, and if you're somebody who like, I don't know, I like the best situation for you is disconnect from somebody who will never own up to their shit, because it's always going to be on you. And yeah, man, it's unfortunate, but this is part of life, man. Life is a trip, life is not easy.
True.
But it's beautiful. It's worth it.
It's beautiful. I don't think it's meant to be.
Yeah, anything this beautiful is going to be work. Like, and if you're not working and you're not really doing what you're put on earth here to do, because everyone has their reason. I feel like, going back to me believing in God, I feel like everyone is put on this earth for a reason. There's nobody who's fucking, like, oh, like I don't have the same opportunity. I mean, yeah, I'm sure there's different cases, but there's something at some point that lands in your lap, and it's up to you what you do with it. Some people just have a lot harder time getting to that point than others. I mean, everyone's cards are played different, but life is a beautiful thing, and it's all what you make it. And yeah, man, shout out to the animals.
I was just thinking about that too. Like, do we want to talk about some animal stuff? I mean, I do, because I do have some breeder tips. I mean, I want to, because here's the thing: is Kusco's known as putting out fucking great content, and great YouTube stuff and whatnot. He's bred, short tails, right? Not bloods, short tails. Am I right? Short tails. Am I saying that right? I mean, they were bloods. Sometimes I still, I think they're all short tail. Are all three species of short tail? Is that not accurate? Where's Matt at?
I don't know. But okay, Kusco. So ball pythons is what you initially started with, and what was like the next few other species that you started dipping your hands into, or like, I mean.
It's been, I have other species here that I would like to reproduce. There was a time when I was planning to breed retics, and I kind of cut those plans out. But
how long ago was that?
How long did I plan to cut out the breeding?
Yes.
A couple years, I'd say, ish, something like that. But I've produced some ball pythons, and the only other species I've actually produced was a couple of clutches from the same blood python here, Sangria. Other than that, it's been just ball pythons. I have some scrub pythons that I'd love to see reproduce. I was planning to do indigo snakes. I need to find another male at some point. When she gets a little older and stuff. I'm not in any rush to do any of this. That's been a big part of it too. Like, I'm just kind of rolling as it goes and taking it easy, just like the Eagles song, bro. I see myself standing on that fucking corner of Winslow, Arizona, bro, just standing there, just like, when that truck pulls up, I'm gonna hop in that bitch. Like, that's honestly how I see life. That's how I see it. And it's a beautiful song. More species. That's about it as far as like what I really have planned to breed. But again, I'm in no rush. I have a female carpet python that is probably getting really close. I know Riley said he would send down a male at some point if he wanted me to, and that would be fun too. I love hashing out snakes, dude. I love watching little baby snakes hash out of the egg. It's amazing. I love watching people get turned on to the snakes and those babies be going somewhere to spread out the awesomeness of snakes, because they get such a bad rap and have gotten a bad rap throughout the history of mankind. I love to see that overturn. I've said this plenty of times. I'll say it again. Like, it's one of the most feared things out there for people. Snakes and spiders is like two of the most common fears of people, and the fears are what cause the problems. Like all those fears, whether it's the fear of like failing or any type of fear that comes from a misunderstanding of how to get rid of the fear and not feel it, like, and just drives you into this hole. It's like an animal backed into a corner, like, I'm scared, and then problems come, like people get hurt, things go wrong from fear. And snakes being one of the most feared things on the planet, you can take those, produce them, show people how awesome they are, that you don't need to be afraid of them. It's just one little piece of fear that you're removing from the world. And in a world where it sometimes feels like you can't do anything to make the world a better place or to alleviate the problems of the world because you're just a single human being, just a little thing like that, watching that kid at Calvin's graduation party go from I've been terrified of snakes my entire life to being the guy that's like, I don't want to let this snake go in the course of an hour. I love that, dude. I love that. It feels like as much as that's just one person in just one moment, like that's my person in that moment with me, where it's worth something to do something like that with something I've loved since I was a small child, and show somebody else like, this is actually not something to be afraid of, like you've been your entire life. And now you can just take that energy and bring it on to something else. Like, I overcame this fear. What else can I do? I've been scared my entire life of this for no reason. All of a sudden maybe I can do this other thing I've been scared of my entire life for no good reason other than the lack of information, a little bit of insight from somebody who knows what the hell they're talking about.
Well, straight up, I thought about this a while ago, and I don't know, it could have been the microdose, but whatever. I was like, wow, this is amazing when I thought of it. But fear stems from the lack of knowledge. Like, people literally fear the shit they really don't know about. And sometimes they don't even want to make the effort to really find the actual facts on it. So they choose to be scared. So I feel like fear is a choice at some point. It's okay to be naturally like a quick, like, oh, because, like I said, something happens. Like, let's just say the lights go out, dark, you hear a fucking werewolf. Oh shit, what is that? Like, what is that? I'm just saying that's what would scare me. I'm scared of werewolves. Michael Jackson Thriller scared me. But anyways, I'm just saying it's the lack of information, right? My biggest fear. Remember what you did at fucking, not cool. You did at Reptarium. You put that fucking, hey, spider. Honestly, dude, like my dad has a huge bird eater fucking tarantula. I just don't know enough about it. And that's probably why I am scared. I kid around, say hard pass on spiders all the time, but that's just me being lazy and not really giving the spider a time of day. But that goes for everyone else who are scared of snakes, scared of anything. They're just fucking, they don't know. They're lazy and don't know. Or they just choose to be scared. Fear is a choice.
Some of that stuff, that's the cool thing about those two different animals, the snakes and spiders, and how they are a large fear amongst the general population, the majority of the population. There's something primal about it. It's almost not like, it can be lack of information, but there is certainly something primal that's going on, like deep within those genetics in your freaking core for a lot of people. They're not choosing that. They just can't help it. That's creeping me out. I am frightened. And do not come near me, please, if you're holding it, because I don't care how much it's not touching you and not hurting you. Like it's triggering all these flight responses from an individual. It's just something that's real. It's there. It's built into the jet. So that's why it's a fun one to try and overcome, because like you're overcoming some deep rooted shit.
What do you feel about fear being recorded and put out as content? Like, I mean, I remember Miguel a while ago got shit for
horror movies.
He had the collaboration where he threw that big retic on that one girl in the bed, and she was like, "Oh my god!" And like, it was on World Star and shit. But
I didn't see that, so I couldn't.
It was a big ass viral video. But like, he also got some shit for it from just fucking nobodies, right? But anyway,
any viral video is gonna get shit from somebody, right? That's like part of like going viral. It has to. There has to. No video out there has ever gone viral and not had somebody on either side of however they felt about it. That's right. Just, I don't care what the video. You find any video out there with 1 million+ views, go down in the comment section and find me somebody who doesn't feel a certain way about it and somebody who feels the complete opposite way about it. Find me that video. It doesn't exist.
Do you feel like they should stop?
I think people should be able to do whatever they want as they're not hurting somebody else.
Respect.
I can have all kinds of opinions on what I would do. I can only control myself. That's what I'm talking about. Like I've got kids to raise. I can't worry about trying to raise somebody else's kid after the fact to try and tell them what I think is right and moral. Like that's a waste of it. Like I don't see that as a good use of my time to do that. Like unless I can sit down and actually have a conversation. Like I sure as hell ain't gonna go in the comment section and put how I feel about it in the comment section because that seems to me like a waste of time.
It never works. It never works.
And it's like what like I need to have a face-to-face conversation with somebody if I'm gonna like actually put energy into this and like make it work. Like I mean,
I can get that energy back that I've wasted in comments. Jesus Christ! I mean, but the thing is, like, I don't do a lot, but I happen to read that one that just like fuck.
Yeah, it can happen. I mean,
this motherfucker here. But now, man,
everybody's done it. I think you haven't spent enough time on the internet yet if you haven't had that type of feeling.
I'm better off just not reading it. And I even tell and like shout out to people who look out for me and send me screenshots. I'm just like, dude, honestly, just don't send it. Like I'm in a place where I'm trying to protect just even though I know you're in a good fucking hey, I know you mean well, because a lot of it's like I'm like, oh shit, it's this person. This person was just fucking giving me reach arounds the other day. So it is. I do appreciate it, but sometimes I'm just like,
yeah. I always tell people like, don't do that. Or if somebody's telling me like somebody sent me this, and I was like, you need to get rid of that person that's sending you that stuff, or tell them to stop because it's not helping you. It's not doing anything good for you.
It just doesn't help.
It's not.
But I also do appreciate where it's coming from.
Sure.
But
yeah. Somebody's looking out for your back. But
sure.
There's always going to be somebody behind your back talking shit, dude. I don't care
if
you're spending any time in the world of people. There's going to be somebody doing that.
Yeah,
it's
man.
Unavoidable.
It is, yeah, honestly, and it's really up to you what you do with your energy, and that's why what we're talking about, protecting your energy is a huge thing. That's like the topic of this fucking whole podcast, man. Is just really protecting thy energy, the energy that your family relies on you about, and then everyone who supports and follows you, Brian. I mean, I'm telling you right now, like that energy is so important. How's your workout game been going? I mean, I know sorry, I had to bring it up.
Oh my God.
You were on such a good run, the fucking swimming and all that, you were literally fucking inspiring me, dude. So I mean, like, where are you at right now with your health, your fitness health, and your health, whatever?
I'm okay. I could be doing way better. I definitely fell off that beeline I was headed for to be like in the best shape of my life in the turning 40. I veered off it a little bit. That's certainly happened. Ice cream's a bitch. Not on it right now. I could do a good amount of push-ups right now. I went for a run the other day. Like I go out, walk. I'm staying active. I'm just not on that like gung-ho and it's been like that with me for a long time. Like I'll go on this mission and I'll be like on it for a bit and be like, it's good enough. It's time to do whatever and not even think about any kind of program or plan and just go off. And I'm still finding the balance between it right now. I'm definitely on the downswing from it. I promise you that. I do have a book that is coming, and it's something I saw from one of my favorite. This is what I love about YouTube, is finding somebody, like having somebody else on YouTube inspire me to where I'm like, ooh, I can do something better here. It's happening to me like all the time. Like I'll watch a Casey Neistat video when he was putting them out regularly, and he's like running. I'm like, oh damn, that looks like he feels good. I literally like stop the video and like go run. I'm like, that's good. Yeah, let's do that. And so one of my favorite YouTubers out there, Peter McKinnon. You can learn a bunch of stuff from his channel for video stuff. He's just cool to watch. Makes great looking videos, and he had this thing about a book that he learned it from somebody else, one of his other buddies that he knows through YouTube or through social media, and he just have a physical book. Like there's something about not put it on your phone, because the justification was if you have your notes on your phone of your like to-do list for the day. I think the exact words were your critical tasks for the day. You write down 5 of them is what they say, but that one of those 5 is to do 8. So you write down 8 critical tasks that you're gonna, and as you knock them out throughout the day, just cross them off and have a physical booklet. My booklet's gonna be here on Saturday. I almost went and bought one at a store, but I was like, they're like a little nice leather one, so I could feel good about it. I'm gonna have 8 critical tasks, and I know it works because I've done it before. But if I've never actually had a dedicated little booklet that I felt good about, like this is my booklet. It's gonna be about the size of my phone. It's gonna fit in my pocket just like that, and I know that I need to do those 8 things. And one of those tasks every day, I can tell you right now, at the end of the day, is going to be the last thing I cross off my list. Is going to be write the tasks for tomorrow. and what those are that I'm going to accomplish. Whether it's doing 100 push-ups, whether it's making sure I go for a certain amount of walk, whether it's like editing this certain video, literally anything that I think I need to do so I'm being productive with my day, and I can have there to cross off the list. And so
I want a book.
yeah, I'm hoping. Well, I got, you know what? It turned out I got 3 of them for $10. So I'll give you one. How about
Really?
that? Yep.
Thank you. I'm going to really use the book, and I'm going to show you that you invested in me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're the man.
Well, hopefully it ends up being the best $3.33 I ever spent.
Oh my God, dude. I mean, I don't know. Okay, since we're, you put me on blast about me kicking you out of the Zoom session, which was a mistake. That was a mistake. I'm putting you on blast right now. Are you coming to the barbecue for sure?
Oh my God. Oh, okay. So I meant to say at the very beginning of the podcast, I meant to ask you if you were a good news first, bad news first type of person. Don't take
bad
this
news
wrong.
first.
You bad news first. It's way too late for that, dude. Now here's what reality is. Here's where it's at. I was 100%. I have a hard time saying that I'm not 100% coming. Like I am having a hard time saying that. Here's what the reality of it is. When I looked up the ticket to come down for it, it was $97. I was like, yep, I'm going. And then for some stupid reason, even after I confirmed with, I won't speak for everybody else's plans, but like to make this a trip that's, gonna be like all kinds of fun things coming together, I didn't book the ticket. And when I went back to look at it, the ticket is now $420 when it was $97. So now I'm thinking about driving. Now I'm thinking about like all these other options that I can do. It was so hard. I was like, $97. How does it go from 97 to 420 in the course of a week? So let's make this
easy. Let's make this easy.
Hillary said, don't you dare bring that up on there and like make people feel like, oh, we got to do a fund because I can pay for it. I have the money. I can make it happen.
I need everyone to come through. I will pay.
Nobody's giving me any money to come to that thing.
Problem. Let's
not
go.
Happening.
We need dude. Cusco's performing. Hello, guys. Listen, and if you're not a part of the Patreon page and you want to come to the Trap Barbecue, hit me up. I will invite 10 extra people who aren't a part of the Patreon page. I'm not joking. If we could get Kusko to come and do some acoustic. Did I say acoustic?
I like it.
Acoustic, my bad. Acoustic concert by Triple B TV. Do you have maybe something you want to, like an example of a song that you could probably whip out, or like, just maybe give them something. Maybe this will like get, what do you think? Come on.
We can see if it's worth it.
Let's go. Here we go. Hey, come on, guys. How many times has this guy rallied up for you guys? Let's go. We need to rally up for this man right now.
I didn't plan for that. I would have set up 2 microphones if I was planning to do this.
Get everyone excited right now, Calvin.
My guitar always sits right there, so it's
beans going.
Is what it is there. Hopefully it sounds good here. I need to get your feedback to make sure I'm playing the right thing into the. Nobody's giving me any money. Hillary's like, don't you dare talk about it, and don't you dare. So
we raised enough. We're good.
No.
Nobody rides a Greyhound anymore, Josh.
I was trying to figure it out. It was just hard for me when I saw it. I was like, that hurts. Like, how are you gonna do that to me, freaking just because we only have one flight out of here ever to any given place? It's like we got the freaking market cornered on it. And I'm sure it had to do. I was gonna actually have you like look up and see what it costs if you didn't have like my cookies. I tried to do some kind of like thing where you black out and they can't tell what websites you looked at and what things you visit and like that type of thing and something like that. And it still like came up like, how does it just go that much? And now the week after is that back to that $97 price I was looked at where it was like, well, $97. Let's go anywhere just because it's $97. Let's just go wherever that happens to go. Let's do that, right?
I'm actually flying Andrew Acevedo in, and same situation. The tickets were a lot cheaper 3 months ago. And now they're up. They're up. So fucking airlines, man. Everyone wants to travel.
Well, tell me if this. I'm glad you want me to play. This is fun. I love to play.
So wait, okay, hold on. What do we do? I mean, obviously I love Sublime, and I know you could kill Sublime, but what are we thinking here? What are you feeling like you want to play?
I mean, we could take requests. I do love Sublime. I want to make sure, like I said, if I was planning to do this,
one good song.
I just want to make sure the vocals, and I don't want to like sit there and play and it sounds like shit.
It sounds good.
The guitar sounds good, but how's the voice bit like?
It sounds good. The voice is good.
Like it's not too loud. The voice isn't too loud. I'm not gonna play that song. I'm just trying to get the.
But yeah, definitely need to amp it up a little bit because I don't want to feel like I'm on the beach with my wife in Hawaii or something. You know? All right, there we go. Yeah, there we go.
You got your heaven, you got your address on, screaming that second gear is such a turn on. But the fog forming on my window tells me that the morning's here and you'll be gone before too long. Who taught you those new tricks? Damn, I shouldn't start that talk. But life is one big question when you're staring at the clock. And the answer's always waiting at the liquor store. 40 ounces to freedom, so I'll take that walk. 'Cause I know that, I'm not going back. No, I'm not going back. No, God knows I'm not going back. No, and you look so fine. When you lie, you just don't show. But I know which way the wind blows. A 40 ounce of freedom is the only chance I have to feel good, even though I feel bad. And I know that, I'm not going back. No, I'm not going back. No, God knows I'm not going back. No, I'm not going.
Yeah, yes. That was epic. That was
Thank you,
so
sir.
hard.
Thanks, man. I love that song. You know,
That was so
I'm
hard.
just, I'm coming. How about
Yes. Let me know, dude. I'm
I'm gonna
here
let
to
you know. I'm just gonna stick with the same plan. I'm gonna come in on Thursday evening, like I said, and we'll
help.
be able to help set up.
If you do need it, like, listen, I got extra room. Let me know. We'll make this as easy as possible for you. Okay.
I appreciate it.
I have flown artists in before, and I'm in a way better place now. So if you think about it, you're gonna be in a red carpet treatment for Kusco.
I appreciate it, bro. I really do, man. And I've told you this for a long time, man. I like you, man. I like you. You have this energy, dude, and you just put it out there, and it's you. I've told you this for a long time, and it's just, I don't know. I like it. You know, it's fun. It's fun. It's like a young energy. It's like a Method Man type of thing or something. I don't know how to describe it exactly. It's fun. It inspires me to have fun. It does. Like have you seen me on this podcast tonight? Have you seen me? Like I'm having fun, you know?
I feel like this is, I'm glad we had our first round where I was belligerent, you know, I was just fucked up, but this is awesome because now I'm coherent.
Dude, most of my good friends, we have those moments where it's like, you know, to fucking go at it for a minute and figure out that's what makes it worth it though. It's like, you know, it's like, is it worth it? You know, and more often than not, it is. Like I like to think that I've got a good idea of like where to go and like who to. I'm very picky. As many people as that I allow around me, I'm very picky about who I allow around me. I really am.
You gotta be, bro.
I'm super picky about it. Like, but I want everybody to be around. I do. I want to be as inclusive as possible to everyone. But that being said, I am picky. I'm super picky about it. Cause I got only so much. I don't know how much time I got left, dude. Nobody does. So how could you not be picky with that?
Yeah, and that's the thing, you know, going back to how I was talking about, like how I don't want to leave this place miserable, you know what I mean? Because it's just like, it's just too short. And then, you know, that's being picky with who your surroundings are. You know, Brian talked about, Barczyk brought up on the fucking podcast how, like, you know, look at your 3 closest people you hang out with, and then you know where you're going to be in the next 5 years. You know, like you are who you surround yourself with. So why would you want to surround yourself shit? Like you don't want to be around shit so you could be shit. And you work, like Brian, you work so hard not to be a piece of shit. Why would you want to hang out with a piece of shit? That doesn't make any sense. you know?
Yeah.
All I do is I don't want to be a piece of shit. I live. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I lived most of my life.
You're working on it. You're working on it. You know, we're all pieces of work. We're all in different places, and it's the actively working on it part that really stands out. It's like, do you care about anything? Because that's real easy to see from like, how much do you care about what it is you're doing? You know, that's a big thing. Like, how much do you care? Like, how much do you really care about what you're doing? Like, it's something that's kind of obvious to see if how much somebody cares about something or not. Like, you can't really fake it. Like, this person clearly doesn't care about what they're doing, or this person obviously is trying really hard at what they're doing. You know, and that's there's something to be said for that.
You know, I feel like sharing your compassion is probably one of the biggest reward. You know, like because like I like sharing with people how much I care and like getting that same in return. You know what I mean? But I also take it to offense, not as much. I'm working on it, but I take it as offense when I show that I care as much to somebody and they either take advantage of that or they just simply don't fucking give up, which I respect too. Like, I much rather someone tell me they don't fuck with me straight up than me having to find out a different route, which of course, which unfortunately I find out. Like, I do find out, just so you guys know.
Well, here, you know, you do have kind of a volatile, like, you know, you just like you said, you're a work in progress. You're still figuring out. Sometimes you fly off the handle, and that's gonna bring whatever energy that is. Like, it comes back to you in some way or form, no matter what you do, man. There's nothing you can do about it. You're figuring it out. You're working it out. When you put out like the fuck everybody thing, it comes right back at you. Like, it just does. There's no way around that. I know. It doesn't help if you mean it. Like, if you mean it, doesn't give you a pass to not get the fuck everybody energy back. That's not a pass. How much you mean it doesn't. To your point, if you say that and you don't mean it, oh man, I don't know what happens to you then. It's got to be horrible.
Yeah, and if I'm gonna say something, I'll stand by it, even if it's the worst thing on earth. Unfortunately, I laid that bed. I'm not gonna go back and say, hey, fuck, I'm sorry, I didn't say it. Fucking, here's money.
No, just being honest is
honest is key, bro. Honestly, yeah. And I feel like that's why I've been getting so much on the other end of the spectrum, which is way on the other side of positivity land, where I'm getting all this great feedback. I just get so much great feedback from people saying that I inspire them just to be themselves, and it's okay. Like, obviously in the beginning, like Bob Smiths were writing fake emails saying how Desiree should disconnect herself from me because I cuss so much, I smoke. Why do you want to be around that? Like that happened a lot in the beginning, and obviously I just didn't give a fuck, and I just kept doing my thing. And I do encourage that for anyone else. Like I know Kusco. I mean, as much as we talked about earlier, I mean, how long have you had to deal with people try to criticize the stuff you were putting out with your videos, whether if it was animals, but like, I mean, did you pick up on that, having to deal with that kind of fucking bullshit right off the bat, or did that come kind of later on with you putting out content? Like when did you having to see the trolls basically start happening basically?
I mean, there's been so many different instances. I don't know, like whether it was like people saying that I shouldn't have a knife when I flick out my knife to open up a box. Like, I mean, it's like, it could be anything, you can't put too much stock into it because somebody's just coming from a place they don't know what's going on with what you're doing. I mean, if I was putting out something where I'm not the smartest person all the time. I do stupid stuff. I've recorded stupid stuff that I put on video sometimes. If for nothing else, just be like, look at how stupid I can be. Could you believe it? Sometimes I'm an idiot like that. I just am. It's all for my own personal entertainment. Sometimes it can be detrimental to myself at times. But just owning it and knowing that that's part of things sometimes, it's definitely not the majority of what I'm doing. But it comes, it goes, it's in waves. I don't really see. There's not much, dude. I don't get much. I like to think that it's because I generally try to put out like a real. Here, I'm blessed because I was born into a family of very close, caring individuals, and this goes across aunties, uncles, grandparents, even the people that get assimilated into our family. Like, I'm like an exorbitant amount of blessed with that. And so I try to take that and funnel it back out. And I think that's because that is one of my goals. And that is what I'm actively doing, is like trying to take those things that I learned, that I tried hard as hell through my late teens and 20s to burn and know where I come from is that, and bring that and put it out as much as possible. I don't get much, dude. Like I might hear some chatter in the shadows, but I already told plenty of people a long time ago, like, if you hear somebody talking bad about me behind my back, don't come tell me about it. I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't want to hear it. If you do it, I will fucking block you. Don't come telling me somebody says this, somebody said that. I don't want to hear about it. And it's worked. it's worked. I don't hear nothing. I hear my kids talk back to me. That's it. I can deal with that. It's easy. I mean, it's challenging at times, but it's something I'm willing to deal with. I'll happily deal with kids talking back to me, versus like trying to worry about who doesn't like what I'm doing for whatever reason. I'm open to honest and open criticism. Always. I always want to do better at what I'm doing.
I agree.
But I think that's a big part. Like, I don't have to worry about too much of that stuff. Like, I've almost eliminated it completely. Like, I only read the comments on my video basically the first day they go out, and I try to reply to people that are there and are watching the video, because I put out a lot of content, dude. Like, a lot. So I try to give the energy back, like, to people that are taking the time to be there watching what I put out, like, all the time. So I try to get back in there and reply to folks. But then after, if the video keeps going, which some videos do, just keep going and going, that's when those start rolling in. I don't even pay any attention to it. Unless they're one trickles through to my attention where it's like, I think I can actually have a positive effect, where somebody's coming in, half cocked or having a bad day and they just needed to take it out on a YouTube comment. If I see a little window of like, well, what about this? Because it has happened, like, even towards the beginning of YouTube, like, as I said before, I've had those moments where I just came back, well, what about this? And totally turned it around from some random troll on the internet, random, just like somebody you could just like, piff, paff, never again, and turn it into like a real, actual relationship where you actually like the other person in real life. Like, that happens. And
It's happened a couple times with me for sure. But I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, did I answer? I feel like I answered the question. I go all over the place sometimes when I go into answer the question mode.
What the question was at this
You
point?
asked me if I how it was, like, did I have to deal with like people, like how soon did I have to start dealing with people coming in with negative energy towards whatever I was doing, or saying that I was doing the wrong thing.
Because like, have you had to disconnect somebody really close? Like, I'm talking about a homie. Like, have you had to do that before? Like.
No.
That's good.
I mean, I've had you talking about like via YouTube, or what are you talking about? Like,
I'm talking about like in this game, like, you're just like, for instance, like, bro, how social media relationships are built. Like, you get somebody who supports you a lot.
I'll tell you the one that I feel like an idiot about. And I didn't really like, it's not that I mean, we're obviously still friends. Like, I'll go to his house soon. It's just been a while. Miguel, I pushed away a little bit when he started rising stuff. And the reason was I didn't want to seem like I was trying to like, tag on or like build clout off all this work he was putting in and connecting with all these different people that were big in the LA scene. A, because it's also not kind of my scene, but B, I literally, like, the guy was so nice to me when I first met him, and like was constantly like always trying to like help me, do me a favor. Like, I'd go do something that I would do, like something simple, like, can you help me make this thumbnail real quick? And I'd like help make a thumbnail, and he would like sneak money into my like car or wallet or something when I wasn't looking, because he knew I wouldn't take it. Like, the guy's been so nice, so that I didn't want to entertain in his head, because I know he will go in and like super analyze stuff. You know how he does, especially if he smokes a freaking joint at the show. I didn't even want for a second for him to ever think that I was hanging with him because I wanted to like catch on to some of the stuff he was building with those folks in Hollywood. Didn't want that to ever. And for that reason, that was the main, and also because he's a bit of a flake, and I can't deal with like somebody saying they're going to be someone and then not show up. That combo of things, I kind of distanced a little bit, but I still freaking love the guy. And like I said, I'll go hang out at his house anytime, and I'll give him a big hug and fucking lick his earlobe. I don't care. But that's the closest. I mean, you're asking like if I had to push somebody. I've had people that like owe me a buttload of money and like have shown no intention of paying it back, and rather than go the kneecaps route, I go, okay, well, you're just gone. Then like it's gonna be like, if you can tell me, like, not give me any kind of reason, just like try to disappear and act like you're gonna pay me back and then just disappear. I'm not gonna like, I don't know. Luckily those people ain't live anywhere near me, so I don't have to. It's a wasted energy. It's wasted energy at this point. Like, would be a disservice to myself to go chasing after energy like that. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's fun. You know, it was kind of comical hearing someone talk about trolls because you're like, who the fuck would want to troll this guy? It's fucking Jimmy, dude. Jimmy's so scary. Like, you know what I mean? And people still have the balls to fucking try to test this motherfucker as we were talking about on the show. And I'm just like,
what do you mean? Like over the internet?
Yeah, like
anybody
trolls,
could do that.
Trolls, like just stupid shit, you know,
Yeah.
stuff we're talking about. You know what I mean? Like stuff to where like clearly it would never happen in person. Like, and that's the thing I'm talking about. Like that's going back to what Barchek was talking about, how, you know, these people won't fucking come up to this motherfucker in person the way they talk about him behind a keyboard. And
but that's true just about anything. Like even I won't do that. You know, like I don't talk to people like anything I wouldn't talk about. I do it on a different, you know, spectrum of that. Like I just don't do it. Like if I got something to say to you, we can say it like over the phone, or at least like look at each other, like be there. I don't do it either. But it's to the opposite spec. Like you're saying, some people will say a bunch of things that they would never say to your face. You know, I do that too. Everybody does it. I would never say things like that. If I'm going to say something like that, I'm going to say it to your face. Because it's a lost art sometimes. You never know. You can't put too much stock in that stuff because you don't really know who's on the other end, you know? Even if you do, it's like maybe they're just like bored and lonely and just feeling all the stresses of life and living on, being present online. And it's just like, that's why sometimes I feel bad because I don't put too much, like I put on my videos, I go and comment on some friends' posts, I'll like some posts. I follow a small amount of people on Instagram because even that I don't have to, like, I can't figure out how to possibly actually pay attention to everything that's going on out there. You drive yourself if you're trying to do that, you're gonna drive yourself nuts. At least I will. Maybe some other people have the capacity to handle something like that, but I don't. And so
even if you do, it's not healthy to. Like, it's not healthy to have that kind of capacity. Like, even storing up, like, you much rather use that space for something else. Like, trust me, like, you don't, like, you know, it's funny, like the fucking Paul brothers, right? I mean, I was never really a huge fan. I'm the only thing I'm a huge fan is how they're hustlers and they're fucking making mad money, right? So good for them. But like, I saw the documentary and like, it looked serious, but Jake Paul was talking to his mom and he's like, what I fucking tell you, like, don't read the comments. Like, I'm sure they live by that, where like none of them even bother to read any comments. And man, I'm sure you have to at some point. Like, who has time to read fucking comments? Like, you know what I mean? Because it's either going to be all good. Holy shit. What do you just say? Good. And then, like, you know, always that one fucking comment that will eventually go under your skin. And I don't know. For me lately, just not looking, not giving a fuck, and just keep doing my thing is what's been making me more happy. Maybe the microdoses too, but either way, I've been a happier person.
No, yeah, it'll happen sometimes. It happened to me, like, literally, like, was it today? Like, you get a little notification sometimes, even if you tell YouTube don't send me stuff, somehow it gets through. You get a little notification that somebody commented on something. And especially if somebody that like always seems to comment like every now and then, but only like find out the one thing in the video, like just say something like a little like kind of like jab remark, like, why not just blah, blah, blah. It's like you watched 30 minutes of video and that was what you decided to say and comment. I was like, and it'll get in the, and that's the thing about it. That's where it can be unhealthy. It's like, this is part of the thing you have to guard yourself against when you're going to be doing things online like that you open yourself up to that. It's there. You have, that's one of the things we didn't talk about with like starting the channel. You have to realize that you are going to open yourself up to that. There's no way around it. Like, if you're going to put out anything online and leave it there, unless you're going to turn off the comments and just like but you're not going to get the engagement, you know, that way. Like, the people are looking for something real right now. Like, people are done being lied to about stuff. You know? People are looking for something that's actually real and really happening, what it is, through the internet, or, you know, hopefully going outside and you're finding it there. But sometimes you can find something real on the internet. I mean, and it's these connections we've built with real people through it. It's a thing. It happens. And
I don't know if it's Facebook or if it's Instagram, but one of the two, or it could be both of them, disabled the like. You could disable your likes, where you could just post and no likes, like you just post. What do you think of that?
They started doing that in, I forget what country I was in when that country started doing that, like across the board. Like, everybody on Instagram, you don't see likes or dislikes. I want to say it was Australia. I could be wrong, but there was a country I was in, and at the time they were doing that. They're like, we just getting rid of likes and dislikes altogether because of the mental health issues that's causing the public, whether it's, you know, girls getting suicidal in high school because, you know, they're feeling worthless because they're not getting the amount of likes as all their friends or something like that.
It's crazy.
That's a thing. What do I think about it, man? I don't know. That's a tough one, dude. That's a new,
Like, what about like let's just say Instagram's like, fuck it, nobody can like anything now. How would that feel to you? Do you feel like, oh, we're good, or do you feel like, god damn it, like that sucks?
I don't know. I feel like you should be able to
Express.
I mean, that's up to the platform. If they decide to do that, they probably wouldn't be nearly as successful. I mean, that's that thing that keeps people coming back. This has been studied. This has been proven scientifically, and I believe it. Even if they didn't prove it scientifically, you get a dopamine hit when you start seeing those interactions from people. You get something from it. You get a little bit of a high. You get a little bit of a feeling. You get a little bit of something when that like clicks. And because of that, that is why these platforms are as successful as they are, is because that is a reality and that happens. And so if they took that away, would they be anywhere nearly as successful as they were? I don't know. So I don't know that they, but they're doing it in some places. I don't know what the rules were in the country, if it was something that's getting mandated by the government, which is another thing I don't want. I don't want the government telling me what I can do if I can like or not like something. Fuck that. That's not happening. Not while I'm standing here. God damn it. But if the company wants to do that, I wouldn't care. I don't care. Like, take away all the likes and dislikes. I mean, I would imagine that it would tank the platform. That's what I imagine would happen. That's my hypothesis on what would happen, is if you did that across the entire platform.
Your what? Say that again.
My hypothesis would be that if you took away the ability to like or dislike across the thing of Instagram, if you weren't able to heart anything, and it was just like literally, there's the post. You can't see how many people saw it. You can't see how many people liked it. You can't see any of that. I mean, I guess just allow the comments. At least that's something. What if you just took away the comments too? You're just able to see the picture and just scroll by it like, that was cool. I like that. Maybe share it with somebody, you know, or something, but nobody can see how many people saw it or liked it. Would it blow up like it does? I'm thinking that it wouldn't. And that's my hypothesis. I'm thinking that if you took that away, that platform would die off underneath all the other platforms that still allow the liking and disliking to be able to see those things happening because of the dopamine hits that people are getting from that happening. That's what I think would happen. I don't care what they do either way. I'm gonna get my dopamine hit outside as much as possible. Like, I do get it from the YouTube views. I look at that. I'll refresh it in the morning, see how's that video doing, how's it performing compared to the last 10 videos, because I'm putting a buttload of energy into making them, so I want them to do well.
Right.
But would I care if they took away the like button? I don't think so. I don't think I would. I don't think that's how I'm wired. Honestly, I personally don't believe that's how I'm wired. I think that it wouldn't bother me.
Cool. Okay, I have another subject I want to bring up because I always talk about how exciting it is that so many new people are coming into the hobby all the time, every day. So great, so awesome. You know, but honestly, I had a really good conversation. Goddamn. Dragon Conservancy. Oh my god, fucking up.
Dragonwood Conservancy.
Terry. Yeah, Terry, that guy, legend. Guy's awesome. Had a long conversation with the guy, and you know he's been doing it for years. Let's just say that guy's the
first place I got to hold a baby Orinoco crocodile. Holy shit, that was one of the coolest things I ever did in my life. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, but super cool. Sorry, what are you saying?
No, you're good. But you know. What do you think, Kusco? What do you think? And I'm not saying like, oh, you should or blah blah blah. But with the people coming in, and you know, I could tell you right now, the big passion why people want to keep ball pythons is because they want to make money off of it. Plain and simple. I don't give a fuck what you say. That's like the passion behind it. It's not because like I want to carry this fucking gene, or you know, maybe some projects are, but majority of it has money behind it, right? But
does it? Is it? I sure hope not.
Yeah, for sure. Hello, are you?
No, I know there's definitely some money to be made in ball pythons, but
that's everyone's bro. Come on, ball python is the money game, bro. And I don't know if
there's absolutely no. I'm trying to play devil's advocate. There's absolutely money in it. There's absolutely money in it. Like I
would say 8 out of 10 people, and this is just going off my trap statistics. I could be way off. 8 out of 10 people get into the ball python game for the money. Could be 9. I don't know. That's just me. I could be wrong. We could talk about those numbers and go over it later on my computer, but. I'm just saying, I feel that's okay because I feel like the influence around us. Look at Justin Kabelka, look at Miguel. Like there's things that are just out there that people want to make. And, you know, from what I'm telling, this is just my opinion. I'm seeing that the money has a big thing to do with it. But conservation, right? Like actually putting back into what's hurting the environment and stuff. How big of importance do you feel like people need to consider that before they start considering getting into projects, wanting to make money and all that stuff? Like from what you can see, because you've been in this hobby for a good while now. So I wanted to bring that up.
Trying to control what other people value is an exercise in futility. That's my strong opinion. Trying to you can inspire people, but
Right.
you can't force somebody to hold values that the same values that you do. You can't. You can spend a war of. You can drive people into camps and have an oppressive government that tries to tell you what it is you're supposed to do. Doesn't end up well ever when it goes that way. I mean, I'm taking to the extreme example, but it's just true. My point is that you cannot force somebody to hold values. A person's value system goes way deeper than that. I think that, yes, obviously I think people should care about that. I also believe that because of the fact of the strong point that you're making, there is a lot of money in ball pythons. I know that a lot of money from ball pythons ends up going to US Ark and the different conservancy thing. Probably maybe feeders do better. I don't have the numbers. Some of those numbers are hard to quantify, like the number you're talking about, like how many people get into ball pythons just because of the money. I personally believe that if that's the driving factor behind it, that you're going to fail, because there's so many other things out there that you can get into for money that don't involve like the intricacies of ball python stuff. I think those people aren't going to last. I think they just come and they go. I'm not saying that you're wrong, that there are certainly people out there that are in it just for the money and they found a way to make it work and it is working and they're making money out of it and they don't really care about the animals all that much. I'm not saying that doesn't exist. I'm definitely not saying that. I'd almost go as far as to say that it definitely exists in many places.
Do you have an example of, by chance, of a breeder that you know, like, and I'm just lacking my knowledge, but do you know anybody out there who works with ball pythons who don't make money off of them?
Yeah, my buddy John has a charity thing. Well, there's money involved. Is that they're not just there's definitely people.
I'm talking about projects, bro. I'm talking about like Pompeii. I'm talking about like the projects. Like who's out there working with the revolutionary stuff? Who's not making money?
There's money,
right.
If you're working, because you had to pay to get into that project.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So money comes no matter what with ball pythons. That's kind of what I'm saying. Money's already involved. If you get into ball pythons, yeah, you love these morphs, but you more importantly love the money that you're going to get once the time pays off. Like that's the whole end game in ball pythons. Chondros is different. I feel like chondros, there's locality freaks and there's people who just already make good money in their jobs and they can afford to have chondros.
I'd say that there's plenty of folks that are just chasing that epic morph. That's just the pinnacle. Like this is like the creme de la creme of like what all the different genetics pile together, and that money's not necessarily the end game. It's a facilitator. It's a thing to make that happen. I firmly believe that if you're in it just for the money, you're just going to fail. You're going to fail at it. That's what I believe. Anybody can believe what they want. I believe that if you are into breeding snakes purely for the money, you're going to fail, because there's more to success than making money. That's just what it is. That's my opinion. Again, conservation. Where were you going with Terry? Like just the conversation we were having with Terry kind of brought this up, like how important it is.
I was like, keep going, Kusco. You're good.
Yeah,
Terry,
no.
Awesome. Because Terry in our clip. So I made a Schomburg Trap Talk edition and I made an unfiltered Reptile podcast Trap Talk edition. So obviously Desiree and Steven being so close to Terry and working with him, she plugged it up. So we had a long, dude, it was like 9 minutes standing there talking to him. And, he just says that he really wishes that a new generation of people will consider what's really important, these colorful morphs that you could go God knows where down the road, or like, invest, that's what I was talking about. You know what I mean? Like, should you like, okay, this is cool, like projects, but also maybe consider looking like at some other stuff that needs attention too, is what I was trying to get at. Conservation, like,
there's a legitimate gripe there from folks that are like people like Terry, people that are super passionate about the conservation side of things and the scientific side of things and caring about that. Like, but again, the struggle is that you can't force somebody to care about something. What you can do is inspire them to understand why they might want to. That's the right approach to take. Like, going and attacking people because they're not is not the approach to take. I'm not saying anybody's doing that you're talking. I'm definitely not saying Terry's doing that. I'm definitely not saying that. What I'm saying is that it's the more bees with honey versus vinegar thing. It's true. You can't. I feel it. Trust me, because I've been in both, like the Herpeton thing that I went to, and getting to hear all those guys there and like where they've been in it from the pure passion of wanting to just loving the animals and wanting to work with them and seeing how they work, like people like Philippe and just like wanting to see how this works, like just the pure curiosity of how does this living creature work and wanting to know every little tiny nitpicky detail about like what it is that makes this creature tick and how we can help it. It's beautiful, and I agree that is a big part that's overlooked in because it's not flashy, it's not glamorous. It's in the mud. It's research paperwork. It's which stuff that is absolutely does not interest me. Like paperwork, like school, like that type of stuff. I like when it comes to like digging through papers and doing something like an essay or something. Like for me, I can't feel good about it. I can't like get, and maybe school messed me up with that. To where I had such a bad experience in public school that I was like, I don't know, that's not how I want to do it. I just want to do what I want to do, and hopefully other people like it. But yeah, I think taking those different strengths that everybody has, like, because there's some people that are so passionate about it, like that's their work, like where you're talking about shoveling the snake poop or like just grinding out, doing whatever it is that's hard work, because it is hard work to do anything you love to do and actually survive with it, and where you're not just doing something for the money. It takes a lot of hard work, and so there are definitely people out there that. I feel like Forrest was one of those people like that just like read everything and like was trying to dig into everything, but was also on that cusp where he was, a breeder and very passionate about that. And he like kind of crossed both those lines, which it was, I don't think people still realize what a loss that was.
Forrest was that guy who innovated. Like he was so passionate about animals, but obviously if you guys followed Zoo Dreams or knew or know the kind of animals Reptech take or keep, they're so rare and they're not cheap. They're very expensive. And Forrest had a goddamn crazy run with keeping rare shit, not knowing how to keep it not lasting. Like, dude, can only tell. I don't even want to think about the fucking kind of money this dude lost, but invested. Like it's and it's nonstop. But he was the one who said, "How the fuck do I maintain this? How do I keep this going?" The fucking rodents. And that's why he started Cold Blooded Cafe. Cold Blooded Cafe is. And I'm not gonna say it's a sponsor, but I'm just saying the best fucking rodent business in the game, frozen thawed, right? But honestly, if it wasn't for that business, there's no way they would have Reptech. You know what I mean? So that's why I also give people props who start breeding their own rodents, even though, hey, look, I don't know. I mean, that's it is smart if you should do that. Pay for your own rodents. That's another game that I've got into, and it was fucking hard work. But
you want to talk about something that could be like super, like give somebody fuel to not want to support like what people are doing with snakes is like just you're talking about breeding ball pythons for money. What about breeding rodents to feed the snakes to make more snakes, and how that feels to a lot of people in the public, possibly that like mammals and that see rats as super intelligent creatures and people are just breeding them out. I'm just saying, I'm being devil's advocate again. Obviously.
No, for sure, 100%. No, 100%.
It's just something to think about. Are you talking about the thing with ball pythons, people money, and like how some people might look at that? Like I think about
that. Honestly, that's a really good point, because I'm not saying Forrest was that type who would talk shit about people who would make money off ball pythons. Forrest was more like, dude, there is nobody making money off ball pythons. It's all like they're he would always give shit to Miguel, like he's not making
I watched them have that conversation in a bar one night where he's like, there's no way.
We've had it here, and he's like, oh, have Miguel send me fucking numbers, and Miguel's been willing to, and we just didn't go down that route. But I'm just saying, I mean, dude, it's a good point the way you say it, regardless if you're breeding ball pythons and making money, or you're breeding rodents for fucking fulfill your snakes that you're keeping. It's the same shit for sure.
Do Do you want to see?
That's
You
a
want to
good
see?
point.
You want to see the fam? They just got home from a little concert thing.
Yeah, bring them on real quick. I have a wrap up question, but I want to see them. So bring them on. Real
Okay.
quick.
Hey boys, MJ wants to see you guys real quick.
Where my fam at? There. Oh, look who it is. Is that Eli? There's Eli. My man Eli. What up, buddy?
Hi.
How you doing, my man?
Good.
Where were you?
At halfway station.
And you were at a concert?
Yeah, we listened to some music.
You see any cute girls or?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Dude, I miss you, dude. I need to go hang out with you again. We got to go to the beach.
Which beach?
The one, remember we found the octopus. Remember we found an octopus?
No.
Oh my God, your dad made a video of it. We found an octopus and we ate sandwiches on the beach. Eli, you're embarrassing me, bro. There's all these people watching me.
The beach where we find octopus.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah, I remember it.
Oh, okay. I thought so, dude. Well, heck, man, I miss you, dude. I'll come hang out with you soon, okay? For sure.
Okay.
All right, later, dude.
Later.
Where's Noah? Is Noah Sage not present?
He popped in for a second, but he saw I was talking and he like didn't want to like bug me or something. Do you want to talk to him?
I love Noah, but Eli's my spirit child.
Eli's everybody's spirit child.
He's the middle. Comes the boy.
He's the middle. Here comes the boy.
Oh, here comes the older. Here comes the boss.
Hi.
Noah Sage. Oh, I like the hat, buddy.
Thanks.
You like fishing?
Yeah.
How many fish have you caught in your life?
I stopped counting. I stopped keeping track
Okay,
a while ago.
So you're catching fish like it's nothing.
Yeah.
You're pretty good at it.
Yeah.
Well, that's sick, man. How's everything going? You're done with school right now, right?
Yeah.
So now it's summertime?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to come up and hang out with you soon. So be ready.
Okay. See ya.
All right, later, dude.
I'll be up in a minute, okay?
I love those kids.
MJ.
How do you forget my name? Oh my God.
don't dude. For as much stuff as that kid remembers, sometimes you just you dabs in front of those kids are okay, man. We're legal. The stigma's over. To get legalization, we're put 64.
Brian does not.
Over.
Brian does not hide shit.
We can be allowed to drink freaking drinks of whiskey in front of kids, not do dabs. Come on, man. The stigma's over. We're done with that.
But yeah, dude, I love
prohibition is over.
Let's it's 2021 now. Let's spiff it up. Man, good. I'm glad I saw your kids because
Leia's passed out, or I'd bring her over
sure.
for you. Yeah,
I'm sure. Last topic, real quick, before we get into the hot seat questions, because did we even do hot seat questions on our first round? I don't think we did.
I don't remember. I feel like I was I feel like I gave you a real problem about her. So I started asking you questions or something. Honestly, I don't remember what happened at the end of the last one.
We'll do that after this. But okay, man, for somebody who really got the push going on US Ark, and you got people really fucking motivated, I'm one of them, right? Where are we sitting at in your eyes? How are you feeling about US Ark right now? Is there anything you want to get off on your chest right now that you've been doing research on? I know they talked about something positive happening at the last US Ark show, that a big venomous law got passed, or something like that. So anyways, I just wanted to bring up I wanted you to talk about US Ark real quick and see how you're feeling right now.
Well, first, I was super happy that went that way. I was very fortunate that it. I mean, a lot of people were saying that it really lit a fire under and like it started getting international support with the US Ark, which I'm very proud. A lot of people say humble in that. I don't know. I'm proud. I'm proud that video kind of had the effect that it did and started a kind of a chain effect. Is that fair? Is that what you saw happen? Because that sounds like that's kind of what happened. Not that there hasn't been a push for US Ark from before. But I feel like that video did have like kind of a chain reaction type of effect, which thank the Lord, fantastic. I mean, US Ark is obviously our number one proponent in the legality of doing what we do. So, I mean, I have nothing really to vent about there. I was super happy. Like when Phil was telling me, he's like, dude, our numbers are like going through the roof this year. I was like, yes. Freaking worked it. I will slam my fists on the table and yell at people if it has a nice happy result like that, where we're driving, information and no, just all of it. I mean, there's so many people out there that are doing it huge. I mean, Brian started a company to all that, like, who use portion of the benefits are all going to US Ark. That's happening. Kevin is obviously like, anytime Kevin talks about US Ark, he just freaking nails it every time. Nobody does it like Kevin. He just like has it. It's there. It's just good. It's good that it's happening. I'm super stoked. I can't believe the amount of international support US Ark is getting. It's amazing, and we're very thankful to everybody that doesn't even live in our country and still sees the fight and like what it represents and is on board with helping out in any way they can. It's huge. I did see somebody made a comment, if I'm going to say any venting at all, there was somebody that was saying they were going to, like, it was on Chris's podcast, I believe, John Lehman, the creative morph market. Like, there were people sending messages that they were going to delete their account because he's including badges that people are supporting US Ark in there. I was just like, what? How? I don't understand. Like, that's something I definitely still don't understand. Like, how you could not want to, like, turn it into something negative, like turn
they probably just feel like now they're forced to have to support US Ark in order to look good.
And how I just it still boggles my mind. I think this is what I vented about on the video in the first place, is like, how could you possibly make money and profit from breeding reptiles and not be okay with giving a portion of that to US Ark? I don't think that it boggles my mind that that's something that may exist. I'm thinking that, like, still my mind can't comprehend that. I'm thinking like that's something I'm making up, right? There's like, I think the fact that happens, or that people have the sentiment where they shouldn't donate to US Ark yet make profit from breeding reptiles, that doesn't compute in my brain. And I like to think I'm a very understanding person.
I think you are.
That one doesn't work. That logic doesn't. There's like some kind of disconnect. That's the same thing as like the person that.
Guess what the majority. I'm just kidding. I was going to say, guess what the majority of the breeders are who aren't supporting US Ark. I'm just kidding.
Not ball pythons.
I'm talking about if we're talking about the big breeders, the big bro. There's some heavy hitters out there who are just fucking taxing. No break on this year's fucking project. Give me that money, and then yet they don't support US Ark. I'm just saying, and there's more than one. I'm not trying to say anyone.
I'm sure. I'm
just saying.
That's insane.
It's insane.
If you're one of those people, you are an idiot. Plain and simple. You just I don't know what, like, you're either greedy, beyond control, or I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt and say you just don't have enough information to understand why you should be. And you just need to be given that information. Somebody didn't feed it to you in the right way to where you understand that is what you should be doing. If you are making an exorbitant amount of money from breeding reptiles, that you should be doing that. Like, whatever way the information needs to be framed to understand that is the benefit of the doubt I will give, that you're not just a greedy piece of shit.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we ended on that one, because that's perfection. This was a great 3-hour podcast, hour and a few minutes short of our last drunk fucking adventure. But hey, this is just one of many. Like I said, this is my brother here, and Brian, I'm glad we did this. I miss you, and dude, we'll talk later, but you're coming to the barbecue, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck. I will make this shit happen if you can't, and I know you will.
I'm coming.
But listen, well, please, thank you.
I'm coming.
God bless you. Thank you so much, Brian. Let's get into the hot seat questions, since I don't really remember giving you the hot seat questions last time, but I made these kind of special for you anyways. So,
oh, sweet. Oh, they're different ones than you usually ask?
A little different. Yeah.
Okay.
A little different. Okay. So we're gonna do hot seat questions, Triple B TV style. So here we go. And don't need any explanation. Don't be JP. Please don't give me fucking a reason why you choose one. Just
you just want me to shout out one word.
Just one, you just one or the other, man. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Hot seat questions for Kusco. To cut or not to cut?
Oh my God, that is the question. I do both.
God damn it. But like, let's just say
I rip now.
Okay, but regardless, cuts.
I'm sorry. I know I'm not following instructions. I'm horrible at following instructions. This is why I did poorly in public school. I rip.
But I'm just saying, it's really asking, are you cool with cutting, or are you not a cutter at all? That's really what I'm asking, man. Please.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Fuck. Frozen Thought are live, Brian.
Did you guys get that? Did you guys get the answer? Frozen.
Frozen. Okay. Big flexor or no flexor?
Flexor.
Longboard or skateboard?
Shit. Oh,
Like that
man.
one.
I'm old. Longboard.
Okay. Longboard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's all good. Steak or fish?
Stick?
Steak or fish?
Oh, I thought you said stick.
Here, come on now.
Steak. Oh, had some rainbow trout tonight. Oh my God, for the first time in a long time. Fish. It's fish life right now. Fish.
So
I'm
fish.
sorry. I'm not supposed to be explaining. Again, horrible at this.
Red wine or white wine?
No.
Okay. Respect. Van Halen or Sammy Hagar?
What kind of fucking question is that? Halen.
Right.
Both of them.
Some people say Hagar, bro. No, I'm just letting you know, man. It's crazy sometimes in the shit.
I can't drive 55 either, but fucking shit.
I don't know, man. All right. Red Hot Chili Peppers or Sublime?
You're a dick. Sublime.
That's a tough one, but yeah, Sublime. Sublime's life. Eminem or Machine Gun Kelly?
Eminem.
West Coast rap or East Coast rap?
That's fucked up, dude.
I got one worse after this one. Just get ready.
It's just so fucked up. How are you gonna pit like KRS One against Snoop or something like that? Like, how are you gonna do that? It's not
Come on, JP.
cool.
Let's
It's
go.
just not cool, bro. I freaking refuse to answer.
You can't refuse to. That's not
Watch
how
me.
it works.
Hip hop, hip
So
hop,
you want
hip
East Coast.
hop.
He's too scared to say East Coast, but he's saying East Coast, right?
I'm from
Okay.
the West Coast, bro.
That's why it's hard for you to say it. But you're saying East Coast right now. You're saying hip hop was born in the East Coast. So
Yes, it was.
Okay, so
Yes, it
you're
was.
You're saying
Now
yes.
you're explaining your question.
Oh,
Yeah, there we
gee.
go.
Please tell me what I can't move forward, and there's still good ones to come, and I can't go forward unless you pick one. West Coast rap or East Coast rap?
KR Snoop won. West Coast. West Coast. God
Perfect.
damn it. That hurts. That hurts.
Reptile Super Show, or NARPC?
You're such a fuck, dude. Oh man, that one I'm not giving you an answer. I promise.
Come on.
Nope.
Okay, first one
West Coast.
Okay, hold on. Oh, okay, so I heard you. Okay, he said it. Reptile Super Show. That's a West Coast show. Damn, you heard it. That's respect. That's heavy. Hold on, we're not even done yet. My bad. Okay, little word association. First thing to come to mind: milk,
Fucking cookies. God.
whiskey,
Drink.
cigar,
Smoke.
love couch,
Hit it.
cocoa,
Puffs.
stuck shed,
Ouch.
day 52,
Ooh. Rhymes.
temp gun.
Hot.
No, I already said that one. Instagram trolls.
Fuck. That's it.
Okay, and this is I'm just probably a no-brainer, but I want to hear it anyways. but-
Instagram.
Okay, perfect. All right.
Instagram stays.
Instagram stays, Facebook, get the fuck out of here. I don't need your shit. Nobody does. I love you, man. Thank you so much, Brian. This is also another one for the books. Round 2, me and Kusco. Thank you so much, bro. Hey, I'm not going to lie. There was a point where we had at least over 100 people in here at one point. And then we talked about weed and everyone else fell off. But, I'm saying, bro, guess how many likes we got? Just guess. Don't look. How many guess? Guess how many likes?
420. 215.
That's a lot. Okay, 109. Okay, so
Okay.
congrats. But this is awesome. Thank you so much. What do you have to say to all your supporters, man? I mean,
Love you
everyone
guys.
fucks with you, man. So what do you got?
I love every single one of you, man. I love, honestly, like it's nothing but love all the time. Even if I feel like I hate you that day, it's coming from a place of love. It really is.
Well, I got to say I love you, man, like a big brother. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. I can't wait to hang out with you. And honestly, I can't wait to, because I'm definitely, I'm doing this remote thing, right? And I'm for sure, I love your, that's probably, other than Barcheck's podcast room, my other memorable best time ever having a podcast was in that room right there with you. And that was a great time, other than me setting off the fucking Nest alarm, which I take out now. Every podcast, I remove it. I put it out there because I was just setting it off, bro. Like, and I was like, oh shit, here we go. But yeah, I'm gonna come up there eventually. I'm gonna hang out with you and your family. Good people, good energy, and
appreciate it, bro.
Trump loves you, man. Thank you so much. I will talk to you soon, and have a great.
Did you say Trump loves you? Is that what you said?
I said the trap loves you.
Okay.
I said the trap and Trump loves you too.
Love you both.
Loves all minorities.
I love the trap and Trump.
Don't relate those to those. We're different. Just so you know, I don't want to fucking lose people. God damn.
America.
Hey, have a good night, Brian. Thank you.
You too, man.
All
Thanks,
right,
bro.
see ya. Oh shit, gotta love it, Brian Kusco, big brother. Thank you, everyone who tapped into this round 2. This was amazing, as I knew it would be. Please, if this was your first time tapping in, excuse me. Please subscribe, hit the like button, hit the dislike button, leave a comment. Let me know how you like the show. Let me know how you like the guests. It's really important, you know, and I would just means a lot when you drop comments. And I would hope to see you at the next Trap Talk. No Trap Talk this Saturday. Give me a break. Thank you. But we will pick things back up next week, Thursday, with a heavy guest. So that being said, man, if you want to reach me or get in contact with me, best way to do so is on Instagram. I'll tell you that right now. So make sure you give me a follow. Instagram, mjexoticscartal with an A, not an E. Also, be sure to follow the podcast's Instagram account, Trap Talk with MJ Podcast. That way you're on top of every single episode I come out with. And then shout out to all my Twitch viewers, Trap Talk with MJ Podcast on Twitch. I'm also on TikTok. Shout out to all my TikTok people out there. Keep killing it. mjexoticscartal 619. Last but not least, shout out to my family, my Trap family. My fucking biggest inspiration in this, my Patreon page. Thank you so much. If you're out there looking to be a part of something new and exciting, you always want to learn and you want to, you know, maybe you're thinking, I don't want to just keep more, you know, I don't want to just keep one species. Like, where can I learn about chondros, emerald trees, white lips, fucking mangroves, you name it. I mean, goddamn, our Discord is heavy. But like I'm saying, if you're out there, you're new to this, or even if you've been in this and you feel like there's more that you want to learn, telling you right now, go down to the link below, click on the Patreon page link. Come join the Patreon page, man. You're not going to regret it. I'm telling you right now, shouts on my Trap fucking soldiers. You guys are amazing. And I hope you guys are ready for that Trap barbecue, okay? And I will invite a couple heads more other than the Patreon page, but you got to let me know. I got to make sure you're not weird. And, you know, we got to be cool, straight up, all right? I know me and Kusco talking about second chances, but I'm not going to risk no second chances at this barbecue. I'm fucking bringing an artist who's going to do an acoustic fucking performance, and I'm going to be DJing. Shit's going to be heavy, okay? And there's going to be catering. Bro, I don't fuck around, okay? Remember all this shit I talked about, Mexican food? Well, guess what? I'm going to prove it. July 9th, 6:30. Be there. I'm not joking. It's going to be sick. Thank you so much, everyone who tuned in. I love you guys. I love you, Brian Kusco. Thank you for all the support, guys.